You're listening to the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network, home of the #1 sports talk show on the planet, The Doug Stewart Show.
This is a revolution in radio, the realest, trillest sports talk show in America, The Doug Stewart Show.
Broadcasting live Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to noon Eastern Time, exclusively on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network.
This is sports talk for the people.
Follow Stewart Media and Entertainment right now on Facebook to stay connected and locked in for upcoming events like the Couples and Cocktail Series, viewing parties, and much, much more. Up next, get ready to ride raw with the Doug Stewart Show.
This is sports talk with hot sauce, Texas Pete hot sauce, the Doug Stewart Show.
Exclusively on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network.
Yes! We're doing some huge things here on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network, home of the Doug Stewart Show, and the biggest thing being broadcasting other shows. That's right, we're executive producing other shows and playing them on my network. You may have a fantastic show or podcast, but do you have listeners? We got listeners. Over 9,000 followers to the Doug Stewart Show on the Spreaker platform, as well as over 200,000 plus listens to the network itself. So here's what you do. Go to Fiverr.com, that's Fiverr.com, and search the Doug Stewart Show or Stewart Media and Entertainment and get all the details. Or just hit up the producer, Tree at TreeAtTheDougStewartShow.com. That's spelled Trei. Tree at TheDougStewartShow.com, and come and do business with us on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. Yes! Fantasy sports fans are winning huge cash prizes every day at DraftKings.com, America's favorite place to play daily fantasy sports. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Just pick your sport and draft your team. It's like a new season every time you play. So, you're never stuck with the same players. Last year, $300 million were won at DraftKings.com, and you could be next to win big. Go to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code STEW to play for free. That's STEW for free entry now at DraftKings.com. Also, if you use promo code STEW, DraftKings will match your initial deposit up to $600. Deposit $600, play with $1,200. DraftKings.com, promo code STEW.
Doctor, this is the mayor talking.
All right.
Doctor,
Come on, what?
always do the right thing.
If you came here to hear for fake, you are in the wrong place. We are for real around here. We keeps it real. This is the Doug Stewart Show, the livest, the realest, the trillest sports talk show in America. Are you not entertained? This is Sports Talk with Hot Sauce, Texas Pete Hot Sauce, the Doug Stewart Show. Yes! Game time. That's right, it's game time. What's happening? Welcome to the Doug Stewart Show. This is a fantastic, funky, freaky Football Friday. Thank you so much for joining your boy. Shouts out to the Stewies. What up, family? Hope you're doing well today, man. A lot of great things we're going to get into today, but bring that beat back one more time. Bring it back one more time. Bring it back one more time. Yes, sir. All right, so the Stewies know how we do it, but if you're new to the show, man, thank you for tuning in, and you found us. I mean, like that rapper said, you made it. You made it. The realest, trillest sports and guy talk show in America, the Doug Stewart Show. Fantastic, freaky, funny Football Friday. So, in all of that title, you get what you're going to get today on the Doug Stewart Show. It's a fantastic, freaky. We get freaky around here sometimes. Funny Football Friday, which we're going to talk a lot of football, obviously, as we do every single day. But on Friday, we really make an effort to talk more football, man. And then the big thing about it, man, we have fun around here on the Doug Stewart Show. Studio audience ready to go? Big day. Big day, big day. So if you're new to the show, man, a couple things you need to do before I even tell you what we got going on today and what we're going to try to talk about today on the Doug Stewart Show. A couple things you need to do. You need to follow the show on Spreaker.com. Go to Spreaker, and there's a little follow button. Hit that. So whenever a show goes live, whenever we broadcast another show on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network, you get alerted. Okay, so make sure you do that, and then hit the little chat bubble, man, and jump into the chat room with all the other Stewies. That's what I call them. That's what I call the people in the chat room, and I call that chat room the Fantasy Island of Sports and Guide Chat. Yes! Yeah. Okay, so couple things we're going to do today, sports-wise. We're going to talk about Rex Ryan and the Buffalo Bills. You see the title of today's show, Rex Ryan, the P.T. Barnum of coaches. Guy's an ass clown, man. I mean, that's the best description I can think of when I think of Rex Ryan, but we'll talk about that. His team actually got a big win last night. We'll hit that. Steph Curry, a.k.a. Chef Curry with the 3. He's still killing fools. Steph Curry is still killing fools. It's early. I know it's early. I know it's only 10 games. But we got to talk about this ninja every single day. I'm thinking we got to talk about this guy every single day, man, because this dude is unbelievable. Oscar De La Hoya goes off on Floyd Mayweather Jr. We'll talk about that. Dez Bryant goes off. A lot of cats going off today. Dez Bryant goes off on the media. I absolutely love that. We'll get into that story. Ronda Rousey is in the news. She has a big fight this weekend. Fight some chick named Holly Holmes. But we'll talk about her and some of the conversation about Ronda Rousey, MMA queen, the Funky Four, the 4 biggest games in football. We'll talk about 2. We'll kind of highlight 2 of the biggest college games or 2 of the biggest NFL games that I'm kind of looking most forward to this weekend. We'll do that as well. We also got the Ball Penis Award. That's right. You heard me, the Ball Penis Award. So if you're new to the Doug Stewart Show, the Ball Penis Award basically is an award we give out to the Buster of the Week. It's a long story on how we came up with the name. Ask somebody in the chat room. They'll tell you all about it. Let me give you your nominees, and then we'll award or crown the winner, or should I say the loser, later on today's show. So your nominees are, for Greg Hardy as a nominee. I guess the pictures came out, and so he's been back in the news. There's nothing really new on the front of Greg Hardy and the assault case that he settled a while back. But the pictures came out, and it kind of showed some of the damage to the young lady that accused him of the assault. That came out, and then he continues to he's just not stable, man. This dude is the epitome of a loose cannon. And so he makes these statements, and he comes out and tries to defend himself. Probably the best thing for dude to do is just to be quiet and don't say nothing at all. But so one of the Stewies, nominated Greg Hardy. That's understandable. Jerry Jones, his head coach for the Dallas Cowboys, been nominated for a Ball Penis Award for defending Greg Hardy, his player, and basically riding with him where there's a lot of pressure from the media and from beyond to cut said player. I don't know about all of that. I don't think that's going to happen. Jerry Jones really don't give a rat's ass about anything. But anyway, you guys nominate him. So Jerry Jones is nominated for a Ball Penis Award. Dez Bryant for going off on the media. We'll get more into that story. Jeff Van Gundy for scolding fans and saying that you boo DeAndre Jordan, but you root for Greg Hardy. And I don't think that's actually the case, but somebody, one of the Stewies, another one of y'all nominated Jeff Van Gundy, so he's nominated. Stephen A. Smith is nominated for a Ball Penis Award, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Stephen A. Smith is nominated for a Ball Penis Award for, what did he do? He does so much crazy-ass stuff every single week. But I think the reason why the Stewies are nominating Stephen A. Smith is because, once again, and it's been well chronicled, if you follow it, and listen, this is always very difficult for me because allegedly Stephen A. Smith is my frat brother, okay? and I don't think that's a legend. I think that's actually true. Stephen A. Smith is well chronicled whenever there's an issue where I guess you could say that it's somehow attached to race. Stephen A. Smith, a lot of times in that discussion, even when it has nothing to do, negatively towards black people, he switches around and tries to, talk negatively about black people. And I think I got a couple of emails, people saying this, and in this whole conversation about what happened at the University of Missouri, Stephen A. Smith took the time to scold black people and talk about playing the race card. When, black people and the ills of black society had nothing to do with what went on with what happened with the president of the University of Missouri stepping down. So I know it's kind of a convoluted story, but hey, once again, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, this is the Stewies. They voted for Stephen A. Smith, so he's been nominated. And lastly, and if I had some money to put on it, which I do not have any money to put on it. I mean, trust me. I mean, we went out of town this weekend, and my wife paid for that whole thing. She still got a job. I really was looking, sitting on my hands, just looking like a crazy fool. I ain't got no money to put on. But if I had some money to put on it, I would think Tim Wolf, former president of the University of Missouri, who had to step down because of pressure from these young athletes, in particular the football team at Missouri. I would think Tim Wolf, for the way he disrespected the black student body at the University of Missouri, I would think that he's the odds-on favorite to win today's Ball Penis Award. We'll see. Now, you can vote for the Ball Penis Award on Facebook in the Doug Stewart Show Facebook group, okay? So you got to go to Facebook and the Doug Stewart Show Facebook group. There's a group. You go in there and you vote. We actually have a nice, cool-looking little poll or whatever. You go in there and vote, and we'll announce the winner a little bit later on today's show. We also got another big thing we're doing today, man. I've been talking to you and telling you for the last couple of weeks about these infomercial / promotional interviews that we're doing. Today, man, we got a real good one that we're going to air today at 12 p.m. on the Doug Stewart Show, right here on the Stewart Media and Entertainment. So my show will actually conclude today around 12:30, okay? But at 12 o'clock, we're going to talk to my man Brian Messiah. And Brian Messiah is the owner of Keystone Wizardry. You might say to yourself, Doug, what do they do at Keystone Wizardry? They actually sell those electric balancing boards. You've seen them, right? Real cool stuff. Real cool stuff. They actually sell those electric balancing boards. Some people call them hoverboards. Smart scooters, you've seen them. They kind of look like skateboards. They got wheels on both ends of them, both ends, and there's no handle or anything like that. But you ride it around, and I don't know how it works. But we're going to talk to Brian Messiah a little bit later today. They're one of the leaders in these self-balancing scooters, and it's been the craze. They've only been out, from what I understand, a little bit less than a year, maybe even shorter than that. But they are like the craze, and that's going to be one of the big selling items for Christmas this year. And so we're going to talk to a guy, man, that has a company, and they sell them. KeystoneWizardry.com. Once again, that's KeystoneWizardry.com. We'll talk to the owner, Brian Messiah, a little bit later. Very interesting story, his background. And my daughter asked me for one of these damn scooters. And as I just told you, I ain't got it, man. I ain't got it. And I'm sure some of you listening, your kids have ran this idea by you about buying them one of these hoverboards, balancing scooters or whatever they call. So stay tuned today, man. We're going to talk to one of the leaders in the industry, Mr. Brian Messiah from Keystone Wizardry. So stay tuned for that. All right? All right, when we get back from the break, I hate even giving this guy time, man. I do. But his team played a great game last night, found a way to win. So we'll talk about the Thursday night action between the Jets and the Buffalo Bills and Rex Ryan, old fake ass. Matter of fact, Can we add Rex Ryan into the poll for the Ball Penis Award? God, he is so fake. Damn, Rex Ryan is fake as hell. When we get back from the break, we'll talk about the Thursday night football game and the NFL. We'll get into some of your chat. I read a lot of chat on the show. We talk birthdays. We do top fives. And once in a while, I'll even sing for you. I know you heard me correctly. If you're new to the show, you heard me correctly. Every once in a while, I'll even sing for your ass. That's right. The funnest show on turf, man. Trust me on that. The funnest show on turf. Don't go away. Keep it locked. This is the Doug Stewart Show. In life, things happen, good and bad. And being prepared is always important. If you're like me, a husband, a father, and protector of that family tree, then your family is the most important thing in the world. 95 million U.S. adults don't have protection in place. So, what I've done is put my protection in the hands of the largest and number one independent financial services company in North America, and that's Primerica. They look out for middle America because they believe that offering the most competitive premiums only benefits the client and have been doing so since 1977. If you're a parent, husband, or wife and want to discuss options with one of Primerica's top reps, then call my guy, Greg Wynn, at 678-439-7172. Again, that's 678-439-7172, and he'll put your family first. And hey, tell him that Doug Stewart sent you. Yes! We're doing some huge things here on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network, home of the Doug Stewart Show, and the biggest thing being broadcasting other shows. That's right, we're executive producing other shows and playing them on my network. You may have a fantastic show or podcast, but do you have listeners? We got listeners. Over 9,000 followers to the Doug Stewart Show on the Spreaker platform, as well as over 200,000 plus listens to the network itself. So here's what you do. Go to Fiverr.com, that's Fiverr.com, and search the Doug Stewart Show or Stewart Media and Entertainment and get all the details. Or just hit up the producer, Tree, at TreeAtTheDougStewartShow.com. That's spelled Trei. Tree at TheDougStewartShow.com, and come and do business with us on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. Yes!
National Debt Relief is one of the country's largest and most reputable debt settlement companies, made up of energetic individuals who are passionate about helping thousands of Americans with debt relief. Most importantly, we're all about helping our customers through a tough financial time in their lives with education and individual customer service. We're dedicated to helping individuals and families rid their lives of burdensome debt, specializing in debt settlement, and they've also negotiated settlements for thousands of creditor and collection accounts. Providing clients with both expertise and proven results, this means helping customers in time of hardship to get out of debt with the least possible cost. It can also mean conducting financial consultations, educating the customer, and recommending the appropriate solution. Core Services offer debt settlement as an alternative. I repeat, alternative to bankruptcy, credit counseling, and debt consolidation. National Debt Relief is your number one advocate group to help you reestablish financial stability as quickly as possible. So give us a call at 844-828-4975. Again, that's 844-828-4975, and work it out.
If you're not Stewart, what the hell are you doing? This is the Doug Stewart Show. Thank you for joining me on this fantastic, freaky, funny Football Friday. A little bit later today, we'll talk about the Funky Four, the four biggest games in football. We're going to hit this conversation here in a second about the New York Jets and the Buffalo Bills from last night. Rex Ryan crying ass. He's so fake. But, man, let me take the opportunity to welcome back to the show. I mean, she's going on a vacation, I think, to Iceland or something like that. The Middle East. She was eating falafels with our Indian brothers. The Tree of Life, the producer to the Doug Stewart Show. Hey, Tree.
Good morning. Stupid.
What was so funny? What did I say funny? Huh?
Because I wasn't on vacation, and you know it. You're the one that went on vacation.
Oh.
I was here Monday and Tuesday.
Right. Okay. Yeah, you're right. Technically, you're right. You were here on Monday, Tuesday. While I got you on, and I didn't do this Thursday. I didn't do this yesterday. I forgot all about it. Since I have you back on the air, this is no better time than the present than to ask you your thoughts on this week's episode of Empire. Can we just talk about that for a second? Or did
you could ask me, but I don't watch Empire anymore. I told you.
What? You stopped watching for real?
I don't watch it. I mean, is there a reason to watch it?
You know what, Tree? You know what? You bailed out on Empire, 3 weeks ago? And I thought you were joking. I'm going to give it one more episode.
Mm-hmm.
This coming week, I'm going to give it one more episode. And if it doesn't get markedly better, I am bailing out on Empire too. And I didn't even talk with the Stewies about this yesterday. And if you didn't see it, this doesn't mean anything to you. I got one question, and I'm going to ask the Stewies, man, that saw Empire this past Wednesday night. How in the hell do a group of people kidnap your ass, okay? They kidnapped Hakeem the week before, the youngest son. They kidnapped his ass, and now Cookie and Hakeem is cutting business deals with these same people. Wait a minute. Not only was he kidnapped by these people, but I think that it's kind of insinuated that these people sexually molested him too. But a week later, they cutting business deals with these same group of molesters.
Because they're insulting our intelligence now with this writing. It's dumb. This isn't good TV.
Yeah, let me ask the Stewies about that. If you saw Empire this past week, am I off about this? Last week on the episode, he was, or maybe it was the week before, and then he actually was rescued last week. But 2 weeks ago, he was kidnapped by these group of people, and they got this tattoo on their back, some bull, so I guess that means they're all in the same clique or something like that. I don't know. Then he was, rescued, or he was freed. They let him go. We find out that in that whole kidnapping thing that he was allegedly sodomized, sexually abused some type of way. But this particular week, him and his man, that's what they used to say in the country. They used to talk about somebody kind of in a negative way, somebody's mama. Him and his man, Cookie, were cutting deals, side deals with these same people. What? Me and my wife were watching this the other night, and I was like, wait a minute. Aren't these the same people that just kidnapped dude and supposedly sexually molested him? Wait a minute. Yeah.
Wait, sexually molested?
Well, I don't know if that's the proper term. Supposedly, and it was kind of vague, they're kind of trying to imply that they took his booty hole. Yes! And then now, a week later, him and his man cutting deals with them. I don't know, man. I'm telling you. And listen, I mean it. And I'm to the point where I was, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. I'm to the point where I was in True Blood, where True Blood started to get so silly. They didn't have any more storylines that they could even focus on, and I had to just walk away. I had to go cold turkey on True Blood, and I walked away. I am to that point. Next week is D-Day. If it doesn't get markedly better, then I'm out. And now I see what 50 Cent was talking about.
You got a high tolerance like these people for listening to you singing. I mean, I can't believe you stayed on this one.
Whoa. So you fresh off the street throwing shots that don't make any sense? I don't know if you know it or not, Tree, and we got to get to the sports here in a second. I don't know if you know it, but yesterday was T. Pitts' birthday, and I gave the most phenomenal rendition of Stevie Wonder's Happy Birthday that you will ever hear in your lifetime. And I'm still getting, comments about that from yesterday.
I promised her you wouldn't do that.
Wait a minute. Amen, Tree. Amen, Tree. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. I got something for you.
Get to the sports.
I got something for you. How about this, Tree? How about turn your ass around? How about? Okay, wait a minute. I ain't putting no bullets in my gun, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Give me 1 second. Let me put a couple shells. Let me put a couple shells in there. Yeah, there we go. How about this, Tree? Turn your ass around. Turn your ass around. Okay, there we go. We can put a couple bullets in there. Skew this. Turn your ass around, Tree. All right, we ain't asked you to come back to throw all of this shade early on a Friday. We trying to have a good time around here on the Doug Stewart Show. We ain't asked you back for all of that mess. All right, I was requested to sing yesterday, and I did that. Thank you, studio audience. Thank you. Look at Juan Cruz. Doug, your singing was great yesterday. Uncle Mike. Doug, you're the best. You're the greatest. Thank you. Thorny Switch. Hey, Stu, you are fantastic singing behind that microphone. Thank you. All right, you saw the story. You saw the game last night. Pretty damn good game, man. The Buffalo Bills took on the New York Jets. Buffalo wins last night, 22-17. The whole story going into this game was IK Enemkpali, Rex Ryan, his former team. Rex Ryan naming Enemkpali captain. A team captain for this game. So it was a pretty decent game, pretty decent matchup, man. Once again, man, Tyrod Taylor shows that he belongs, shows that he's the real leader of this team since he's been starting, man. The Jets are 4-2, I believe, whenever he starts this year. They're 5-4 right now. Tyrod Taylor throws for 158 yards. Not anything remarkable, man, but it's what he does with his feet, man. 6 rushes, only 12 yards, but has a long run of 8 yards. That threat of him on the outside, man, is just very, very big for that team and that organization. And you saw what happened. The big story is what happened after the game. Rex Ryan talking about the win, and he's just all, emotional and crying. And so emotional. Man, Rex Ryan is as fake as a $3 bill, man. I mean, the title of today's show is the P.T. Barnum of coaches, and that's exactly what Rex Ryan is. They showed this little collage of Rex Ryan and his bombastic commentary behind the microphone over the years and all these promises he's made about winning Super Bowls and about beating the New England Patriots. And really, the guy's a fraud. The guy is an absolute fraud. I can't stand fake people. And he's an idiot. Can we add Rex Ryan to the Boy Penis Award list nominees today? I mean, I already shot Tree and I turned the mic off. So once we get Tree situated back and she comes to, to the reality that what we do around here is we sing for people, we make people happy, we put smile on faces. And when she comes to that reality, we will let her back on. But we need to add Rex Ryan, man. I mean, he's just horrible. He's just horrible, man. And the players love him. Ryan loved him. My brother loved him whenever we talked about Rex Ryan. He's a buffoon. He's a buffoon. Oh, my gosh. I mean, we always talk about people you despise, you just don't like. Really, technically, you may not even have a great reason why you don't like said person, but there's people out there you just don't like. And, man, I really, really, really don't like this Rex Ryan character, man. He is a freaking ass clown. Tree done got my pressure up this morning. I even came with an olive branch to Tree. Had a little commentary about Empire, and she just took it to the other direction. She just went all willy-nilly on me. I mean, listen, we the show goes on. We hadn't had Tree all week, and I love her. I love the component she adds to the show, but I mean, we don't need no mess around here. We don't need no controversies around here. The minute you get back, you start talking about people singing. Oh, yeah, from a person that lost in a battle rap to me. Tree. Battle singing, as a matter of fact. She battle sung me last week or 2 weeks ago, and I destroyed her. And maybe that's got something to do with her attitude problem. All right, when we get back from the break, man, I'm going to do some birthdays. We'll read some of your chat. And we got to talk about Steph Curry. Chef Curry with the 3. Don't go away. Your season-long fantasy football lineup is locked in and ready for action, but you don't have to wait until Week 16 to get paid. Put your fantasy skills to the test starting Sunday at DraftKings.com, America's favorite one-week fantasy football site, where you could kick the season off by winning $2 million. It's the biggest fantasy football contest ever. $10 million in prizes are up for grabs, including $2 million for first place and $1 million for second. 1 week fantasy means no season-long commitments. It's fantasy football on demand. Play where you want, when you want, with the players you want, and turn your love of football into a life-changing payday. Just pick your players, pile up the points, and pick up your cash. That's it. You've never experienced football like this. This isn't fantasy as usual. This is DraftKings. Welcome to the big time. Hurry to DraftKings.com now and use promo code Spreaker to play for free for a shot at part of $10 million in Sunday's Millionaire Maker event. Enter Spreaker for free entry now only at DraftKings.com. That's DraftKings.com.
The best of the Doug Stewart Show.
To give you the history on this Doug Stewart and Tree Taylor battle in Trivia Crack. We just started playing last week. We played 3 games. I won the first one in handily fashion. And then Tree has come along to beat me 2 times in a row. All right. Now, I blame Trivia Crack for asking me dumbass questions about romance comedies from the 1980s. That's who I blame. But she's won. And I got to give her credit. What? I knew you were going to jump.
Like, when you talk about women, Tree has come along.
It got nothing to do with you being a woman.
No, I showed up.
Oh, wait. Did you just... What? Oh, my gosh. Did she just call me the N-word? Oh, damn. We made Doug Stewart Show history just now. As many times as I've almost uttered that term, you did it! And we don't have 7-second delay.
I'm fired.
You getting the BPA. You nominated for a Boiled Penis Award.
No!
Yes, you are. The first time in the Doug Stewart Show history, someone utters the N-word.
I'm sick of you.
You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Good thing we, on radio, traditional radio, the FCC be beating down my damn door right now. They're already looking for a reason to try to put me out of business. And you come up with this. Golly, True. You're better than that.
That girl is poison. You never trust a big button to smile.
Then try all you'll be real. That's the better deal with them Hebrew roots. You probably don't have a clue, but it's true. It's what they do, keeping your hair healthy with care. Watching other people stare, that's the glare. Getting rid of that dandruff when your hair gets rough. They know when it's tough. I ain't gonna bluff. You gotta say enough is enough with 12 different type of try oils. So quit acting like you ain't got no type. Follow the Hebrews right, cause the Hebrews night tonight.
Brothers and sisters, I don't know what this world is coming to.
Yes, the rhythm, the rebel.
All right, welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. Fantastic, freaky, funny Football Friday. Shouts out to all of the Stewies out there. I think we got everything settled back down up in here, man. Boiled Penis Awards today as well. You just heard a commercial, man. Check out myhebrewroots.com. myhebrewroots.com. Hair products, that type of stuff, man. Great company, great website, real cool website. Shouts out to myhebrewroots.net. Once again, myhebrewroots.net. All right. So your Ball Peanuts nominees for today, and we're going to give those out a little bit later. Greg Hardy for just being Greg Hardy. Jerry Jones, for a lot of people feel like should cut Greg Hardy, defensive tackle for the Dallas Cowboys. Tim Wolf, Missouri ex-president now, for the whole controversy, the whole story at the University of Missouri where the football players threatened to boycott, not play, not practice. Tim Wolf, the president, had to step down, in effect for disrespecting the students who had concerns, really, really marginalizing them. Dez Bryant for going off on the media. We'll talk about that here in a second. Jeff Van Gundy for scolding Dallas fans, sports fans, for rooting supposedly for Greg Hardy and booing DeAndre Jordan, who stiffed the Dallas Mavericks on a deal this past summer. And Stephen A. Smith has been nominated too for, in effect, I guess, in a nutshell, trying to place some type of blame on black people when the whole conversation was about what was going on at the University of Missouri. Took the time to, I think he actually agreed with the president stepping down and agreed with the boycott. But somehow in that whole conversation, he felt the need to place some type of blame on black people. I don't get that at all. He does that a lot, though. That's what he do. I don't know. 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Another conversation that came up last night, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, is the NFL's new color campaign type thing with these jerseys. Introduced an unintended consequence Thursday night. Some colorblind viewers were unable to distinguish between the Buffalo Bills' red uniforms and the New York Jets' green uniforms. Now, I don't know how colorblindness works, and maybe this is over my head. And Tree, you have thumbs up. Do you understand how the whole colorblind thing works? Can you give me some type of commentary on why colorblind people? I don't get it. But do they see black and white? How does that work?
Well, I wasn't really giving you a thumbs up for that. I don't understand why okay, we can't please everybody. Now we got to cater to the colorblind ninjas of the world. I'm sorry.
I guess so.
I mean, that is ridiculous.
Yeah, according to
that it is even a conversation.
Okay, listen to this. According to the National Eye Institute, as many as 8% of men and 0.5% of women. Damn, all the problems men got already in life. We got more people colorblind per capita. Worldwide with Northern European ancestry. Huh? Okay, so I guess what they say is white people are in some way colorblind. Recent estimates suggest that 10 million Americans suffer from it. Red-green colorblindness is the most common. Some NFL fans on Twitter said Jets and Bills players look green to them, a view exacerbated by the green turf at MetLife Stadium. Okay, so I don't know how colorblindness works. I'll say this, and I've said this many times before. I don't know when this started, but when I was growing up, and I'm pretty sure about this, when I was growing up, there was a home team that wore the dark color jerseys, and there was an away team that always wore a white color jersey. But over the last couple of years, I've seen it where, in the NBA in particular, you'll have both teams wearing dark jerseys. And I guess it's okay, but I don't like that. I don't know. I guess I'm a purist in a lot of things, and it's very petty, and I'm old school in a lot of my ways, and I get that. And, this is 2015, and they do different things differently, and they market things differently. And so it's all about making money and promoting these jerseys and these different color schemes or whatever in sports. I get that kind of. But, yeah, I mean, am I wrong? Did they used to do this back in the day and I just wasn't paying attention as a kid? Did both teams wear dark jerseys back in the day? I don't think so. From what I remember, everybody had a home jersey and an away jersey. The away jersey typically was the white jersey. But we get a lot more of this today, man. And once again, they do it a ton of times in basketball a year. During Thanksgiving Day weekend games, you'll notice that a lot of teams, everybody's wearing dark colored jerseys. I don't like that. I mean, I don't think that's cool at all, man. So that was somewhat of a controversy last night with that game. And also, did you see the video of Dez Bryant going off on the media, man? Basically, he had an issue with one of the Dallas reporters. What's the guy's name? And I actually know dude, too. What's his name? You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. His name is Jock something. Light-skinned brother. You've seen him. He's been in a lot of different things. But basically, he reported something that Dez had an issue with. And Dez Bryant is kind of like the old dog of sports. You listen to the Doug Stewart Show. Dez Bryant is young, black, and he don't give a F. I absolutely love when this ninja goes off. I absolutely love it. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. This man just went ham yesterday in the locker room. And you saw the video. They were doing an interview with Jason Witten, Dallas Cowboy tight end. And you hear Dez Bryant going off in the background on the media and just screaming at folks. He didn't really cuss anything like that. They tried to, I think the way it first came out reported is that he had just profanity-laced tirade against the media. I didn't hear any cussing anything like that. And that's probably what he's talking about, is that, the way they report these stories today, man, they embellish. They just hype stuff up more than what it really is, and they don't, they get parts of the story. And I keep saying y'all or they, and I always forget that I'm actually part of that they and y'all. But I absolutely love the passion of Dez Bryant, man. And to a man, if you talk to his teammates, nobody has a problem with Dez Bryant. Everybody loves Dez Bryant. I don't think he's destructive most of the time whenever he goes off. The media is going to report it one way. Oh, he's uncontrollable and he's a distraction to the team. It ain't like that in sports, man. Some people are just emotional like that, man. And I absolutely love Dez, man, not being quiet and letting it being known when he has a displeasure with the media and what they write about him. He's just not going to sit back and let you just talk about him on any old kind of way. He's just not going to let that happen. Celebrating birthdays today, man. Turning 60 years old, the great Whoopi Goldberg. I mean, should we put great in front of Whoopi Goldberg's name? Huh?
Why wouldn't we? She's doing her thing.
She's doing her thing. She's still around. Yeah. What's the biggest movie?
She got nominated for an Oscar. I mean.
What's the biggest movie Whoopi Goldberg's been in?
I would say, it would be Ghost based on the nomination, but Sister Act can get it too.
Never seen a Whoopi Goldberg movie in my life.
Are you kidding me?
I never seen Ghost, and I never seen, what was it, Sister Act?
Yeah, those are
never.
Well, you need to watch Sister Act.
I mean, are those kind of like chick flicks, or like is that not considered a chick flick?
I would think you would love Sister Act since you're a singer and everything like that. It's a lot of singing.
Click, click.
You asked me.
Okay, but there's no need to throw shade.
There's
no need to revert back to something in the issue of singing and you dissing my said singing.
It's a musical, Douglas.
Oh, it's a musical. Oh no, I really don't watch musicals. I mean, I'm watching this damn Empire. That's already
Lauryn
a problem.
Hill is in it.
Lauryn Hill is in Sister Act? It don't matter. I'm not going back to watch no damn Sister Act. But anyway, happy birthday to Whoopi Goldberg. Jimmy Kimmel is 48 years old today. Happy birthday to him. The great Meta World Peace, a.k.a. Ron Artest, turns 36 years old today. Happy birthday to him. Crazy joker. Aaron Stecker, 40 years old today. Former pro running back, won a Super Bowl with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in 2003. And Michael Bennett turns 30 years old today. Defensive lineman for the Seattle Seahawks. Happy birthday to all of you. If you got a birthday and you'd like for me to wish you happy birthday through the show and through song, just hit me up in the chat room on Spreaker.com, man, and I will sing for you as well. I mean, it's my pleasure, actually, and everybody seems to like it except for a couple of haters out there. We won't mention their names. So just let me know if you got a birthday, and I'll sing for you, man. Don't forget, a little bit later today, we're going to talk to my man Brian Messiah owner of Keystone Wizardry. That's right, the balancing boards, the hoverboards that are the craze. My little daughter asked me for one for Christmas. I'm like, Garrett, don't you know your daddy ain't worked in 3 years? Yes, Tree.
I forgot. Someone said in the chat, the color purple. You ain't seen the color purple, mister.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I've seen parts and pieces of the color purple. Am I supposed to lose my black card because of that?
I mean,
I have never seen the color purple in its entirety, and I damn sure didn't go to the movie theater and see it.
I can't really see you taking a liking to that, but that's probably a bigger movie than Ghost for her.
Yeah, I've seen obviously bits and pieces of color purple all the time. They show that on BET and TV One, the black stations all the time. All right, when we get back from the break, man, more sports talk. I'm going to jump into some of your chat, man. The funnest show on turf. This is the Doug Stewart Show.
Stewies, what's up? Tree here to talk about your home security and the security experts at Strickland Security. Everything the team at Strickland Security does is focused around increasing the security of your home, protecting your family, and your business. Most home security companies, especially the larger ones, want to sell you a cookie-cutter alarm system that maximizes their profits, but not your security. The team at Strickland Security will install a customized alarm system that meets your budget and your security needs. This Atlanta-based company is here to solve all of your security problems. Whether you need your alarm system repaired, surveillance cameras installed, or your door locks replaced, Strickland Security is the solution. Don't wait. Call the experts at Strickland Security today. For more information, go to their website at stricklandsecurity.com or give them a call now at 800-422-9075. That's 800-422-9075 and tell them Tree sent you.
We're back. The Two Live Stews are back on air every Saturday morning at 11 a.m. on WGST. It's sports talk with hot sauce. Special thanks to our sponsor, Bruce Hagen at Hagen-Law.com for making it happen.
640 WGST in Atlanta. Search 640 WGST on iHeartRadio worldwide.
Yes! In life, things happen, good and bad. And being prepared is always important. If you're like me, a husband, a father, and protector of that family tree, then your family is the most important thing in the world. 95 million U.S. adults don't have protection in place. So, what I've done is put my protection in the hands of the largest and number one independent financial services company in North America, and that's Primerica. They look out for middle America because they believe that offering the most competitive premiums only benefits the client and have been doing so since 1977. If you're a parent, husband, or wife and want to discuss options with one of Primerica's top reps, then call my guy, Greg Wynn, at 678-439-7172. Again, that's 678-439-7172, and he'll put your family first. And hey, tell him that Doug Stewart sent you. Yes! Do you have your own radio show? Are you an artist or a DJ? BB Mobile Apps is the solution for you. They specialize in creating mobile apps for entertainers. That's right. You can have your own mobile app where your followers can hear your shows or music, watch your videos, and view all your social networks in one place. You can even make money with banner ads and send push notifications directly to your audience to make sure they get your messages. Everyone has their phones on them, right? A mobile app will add credibility to your brand because your content will be accessible to them while they're on the go. BB Mobile Apps also makes apps for bloggers, actors, and producers. The process only takes about 20 minutes. Just go to bbmobileapps.com and click Get Started Now. That's bbmobileapps.com and tell them the Doug Stewart Show sent you.
National Debt Relief is one of the country's largest and most reputable debt settlement companies, made up of energetic individuals who are passionate about helping thousands of Americans with debt relief. Most importantly, we're all about helping our customers through a tough financial time in their lives with education and individual customer service. We're dedicated to helping individuals and families rid their lives of burdensome debt. Specializing in debt settlement, And they've also negotiated settlements for thousands of creditor and collection accounts. Providing clients with both expertise and proven results, this means helping customers in time of hardship to get out of debt with the least possible cost. It can also mean conducting financial consultations, educating the customer, and recommending the appropriate solution. Core Services offer debt settlement as an alternative. I repeat, alternative to bankruptcy, credit counseling, and debt consolidation. National Debt Relief is your #1 advocate group to help you reestablish financial stability as quickly as possible. So give us a call at 844-828-4975. Again, that's 844-828-4975, and work it out.
6 minutes, 6 minutes, 6 minutes, Dougie Fresh, you're on.
Dougie Fresh, you're on. Yeah. Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. Fantastic, freaky, funny Football Friday. We're going to talk some football later on today. More football. We already talked about the Jets and the Buffalo Bills. Bills get a big win last night. If the Bills, to be honest with you, man, both of these teams are pretty good to me. Just a tremendous job with the New York Jets this year. Todd Bowles and what he's done with that team, man. They look real good. They look relatively solid, man. Had all the opportunity in the world to win a game last night. They gave that game away last night. A couple of questionable play calls. And the Buffalo Bills, man, they're starting to play better right now. They're getting all their pieces back. Tyrod Taylor, I mentioned at the top of the show, when he's been out, they've struggled with the backups, E.J. Manuel and those guys. But since he has been back and whenever he's in there, man, the Bills are solid as hell. On offense, they got weapons. They got the Watkins kid and wide receiver, if he can ever stay healthy. And then the defense, man, they got great talent on that defense. Some fantastic players. They get after the quarterback. As much as I talk trash and down on Rex Ryan, he is a good defensive-minded coach. If they can get it together, man, both of those teams, if they were to make it into the playoffs, man, I think they would be a real issue for some teams. 404-382-0338. You can also email me at TheDougStewartShow.com. Do not forget, check out the return of the Two Live Stews tomorrow morning on 640 WGST right here in the ATL, as well as iHeartRadio if you're somewhere else. 11 a.m. Eastern Time, the return of the Two Live Stews, once again on 640 WGST, as well as iHeartRadio. And this segment is brought to you by my folks from BV Mobile Apps. That's right. Are you an entertainer? Do you need an app presence? Damn right you need an app presence. It's 2015. BV Mobile Apps specializes in apps for entertainers. That's right. So if you're a DJ, if you have a podcast, if you're an entertainer of any sorts, they kind of live that life of an entertainer. They have one of the owners has his own radio show here in Atlanta, my man Gerald Oliveri. So they understand the plight of entertainers and needing to have an app presence. So if you need one, it doesn't cost as much as you think to develop. It doesn't take as long as you think to develop either. So hit my folks up online at BV Mobile Apps and let them know that the Doug Stewart Show sent you. I really would appreciate that. A little bit later today, I'm reading the chat, man. A lot of y'all have already been hit up about this self-balancing scooter thing, the hoverboards that are like the hottest thing. They've like gone viral is the term that they're throwing out there for it. They've only been around for about 8 months, I think. And everybody and their mama want one for Christmas. If your kids haven't asked you for one yet, chances are they might. They're not cheap. But I think we're going to be able to hook you up if you're in the market for one. We're going to talk to Brian Messiah, owner of Keystone Wizardry, a little bit later today on the show for the first time ever, man. One of the informational, promotional interviews / infomercials we're going to air today, or we're going to talk to Brian Messiah today and get some details about that product and his company. So stay tuned for that. Coming up we're scheduled to talk to him about 12 noon today. All right. So the show is going to conclude today. The Doug Stewart Show is going to conclude today at about 12:30. We think the interview should take about 20 minutes. So stay tuned for that. Some bonus stew for that ass today. All right, 404-382-0338. You can also email me at Doug at TheDougStewartShow.com. From Nick Cash, he says, Stephen A. Smith, stay apologizing for folks. It's embarrassing, too, and this fool steadily saying how black folks should consider becoming Republicans and how black folks got to consider both sides. Ninja, please, from E. Purnell 9, can someone enlighten me on the issues people had with the uniforms of the Bills and Jets last night? I actually thought they looked pretty cool. I'm going to guess that E. Purnell 9 is a younger person, and maybe he's not, and maybe I'm just making too much about these uniforms and sports. I made a big deal about LeBron James ripping off that shirt, that volleyball shirt last week, and Tree always calls me a fashionetta. All I know is this. From the very first time that your boy put on a uniform, I had people that were very close to me always tell me, my uncles, my cousins, my friends, if you look good, you play good, shorty. And so I'm always conscious about how I look in a uniform. I know. And I don't know. In my mind, I think I'm still a player. You know, I ain't touched a football uniform since 1990, which is crazy. That's 25 years ago. But yeah, I always critique uniforms and whatnot. From Clay Davis's Sheed Advisor, I thought everybody was boycotting Black Friday and Christmas shopping. Don't let the man trick you. I didn't know that we were boycotting Black Friday and Christmas shopping. I didn't know we were doing that. What? Tree, what? What?
Oh, no, don't ask me about I don't participate in that nonsense. I just thought it was funny because you
Well, I mean, I don't have an
I
issue.
didn't know.
I guess, and whenever that conversation comes out, people always want to flex their muscles as far as their buying power. I don't have an issue with any type of movement. I don't. I mean, I'm all for the movement. I mean, that's what I do. I'm movement oriented. I just didn't know we were doing that. Let me know. Let a brother know. And then I always wonder how much of an effect it has to. For the last couple of years, Ninja's been trying to boycott Black Friday, and I don't know if it's worked. I don't know to which degree it has worked, because what usually happens, my wife a couple of years ago said that she wasn't going to go buying stuff on Black Friday, and she just bought all her stuff on Wednesday and Thursday. So what's the difference? Right.
Maybe she meant she wasn't going to get in the mix. She wasn't saying she's not buying. People are
I'm
protesting the spending of their economic dollars.
Yeah, but just spend on black businesses.
I mean, yeah.
I try my best to do it. I try my best to support black businesses. I do. Sometimes you can't, though, but I do my best. Trust me, I probably do better than anybody else listening to this show right now. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. But yeah, the whole we're not gonna go on Black Friday and show our economic impact is good, I guess in theory. But if you do the same shopping on Wednesday and Thursday that you would have done on Friday anyway, what's the point? I don't get that. From the 47 problem, Des Bryant is emotional. This dude get hype over anything. Loose neck side, give them ninjas a skateboard like we had. And talking about the hoverboards, man. I'm telling you, they look cool. Okay, but
we didn't have no skateboard. Did black people have Did you have a skateboard?
I think I did have a skateboard when I was like 8 years old.
In Detroit, we didn't. They'll steal that ish.
Oh man, these kids love skateboards. I see these kids ride. Kids don't ride bicycles anymore. I mean, if at best you'll see a kid on a skateboard in my neighborhood. Like, I don't see kids riding bikes, and we talked about that before. We used to ride bikes everywhere. Like, that was a real form of transportation. Yes, that was your personal damn car. Yeah. My wife noticed something, too. They were riding bikes in Miami last weekend. My wife noticed something about bikes, too, in 2015. They don't put reflectors on tires anymore. Pay attention. The next time you see somebody on one of those, like, beach cruisers, they don't put reflectors in the spokes anymore. You driving at night on one of these damn new age bikes, your ass gonna get ran over because nobody can see you. Yeah. All right, when we get back from the break, man, I'm going to read more of your chat. Hour number 2 of the Doug Stewart Show, man. The realest, the trillest, the most fun, unfiltered sports talk and guy talk show in America. We got the Ball Penis Awards coming up a little bit later. Stay tuned for that. And we're going to talk about the Funky Four, biggest games in football this weekend. Oscar De La Hoya is in the news. Ronda Rousey, is there a double standard and the way the media reports some of these stories. They'll tell you about that too. Fun, fun, fun. Don't go away. This is the Doug Stewart Show. Fantasy sports fans are winning huge cash prizes every day at DraftKings.com. America's favorite place to play daily fantasy sports. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Just pick your sport and draft your team. It's like a new season every time you play, so you're never stuck with the same players. Last year, $300 million were won at DraftKings.com, and you could be next to win big. Go to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code STU to play for free. That's STU for free entry now at DraftKings.com. Also, if you use promo code STU, DraftKings will match your initial deposit up to $600. Deposit $600, play with $1,200. DraftKings.com, promo code STU.
The best of the Doug Stewart Show.
Let me read more of this chat before I get out of here. Oh, my gosh. Okay, my man K3000. Yeah. If you're new to the show, K3000, he's kind of long-winded. We love him, though. So I guess this is why Tree's playing this music in the background. He says, Dougie, I feel you. People love making fun of people when they get caught doing something semi-wrong, like receiving extra like free shrimp. But they don't realize that a lot of these guys are effing starving and that they're effing restricted from even signing their name for gain. You give me a damn scholarship and I'm supposed to sign over all my damn rights, all my money-making potential. And if I don't comply, then you blackball me so that I can't make it to the next level to actually receive a check. GTFOH, he did a bunch of GTFOHs. CSI, this is the ish. I'm pissed off about too. That's like dude from Ohio State that actually went to court to get the rule changed and then got blackballed and lost at life. GTFOH, a lot of them. I'm totally with you, Dougie. I'm totally with you. Thank you, K3000. I'm with me too. From sporting events, concerts, and plays, Gistix has the best tickets for them all. The owner, a veteran and military spouse, founded the company set on delivering affordable prices for all the top events. Also, they sell 100% authentic signed memorabilia and quality fan merchandise. It's a one-stop shop for fans. Gistix was founded in 2014 by 4 fun people with military and DoD backgrounds that are fans of everything entertainment. They work hard at helping fans like us discover tickets for live entertainment at a great price, providing hard-to-find authentic sports items and merchandise. And they offer Easter eggs that give fans additional opportunities to purchase unique items. Active and non-military members receive an additional discount on event tickets and fan merchandise items as a thank you for your service. Again, Gistix is founded by fans, and they listen to other fans to understand the importance of service, price, and quality across the board for entertainment, memorabilia, and merchandise. Check them out at Gistix.com, spelled Gistix.com. Again, Gistix.com. That's Gistix.com. Hour number 2, baby. Yes, sir. Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. This is a fantastic, freaky, funny Football Friday. Shouts out to all of the Stewies tuned into the show, man. If you're new to the Doug Stewart Show, man, thank you for tuning in. I need you to pass the word. We are really trying to take over the world, man. We are doing some big things on Fiverr.com. Go to Fiverr.com. My actual username on Fiverr is StewTheQ4. That's StewTheQue, the number 4. And I've got probably 7, 8, 9 different gigs on there. We do voiceovers, we do advertising, we do social media marketing, we broadcast other shows. That's the big one. We do these infomercials, promotional interviews. I'm doing a ton of big things on Fiverr, man. Get more details about the gigs that I'm doing on Fiverr.com, and my username is StewTheQ4 on Fiverr. Hey, man, how many of my listeners out there have their own restaurant or retail business? I mean, raise your hand. I know this is radio and I can't see you, but just play along. Still using that old clunky cash register to ring in sales? Maybe you have a restaurant and you're taking customers' orders with a pen and a pad. Who does that? This ain't Alice. I mean, who does that? Who still takes orders on a pen and a pad? I don't know. I guess somebody does. If you are, man, you need to maximize, and you aren't maximizing if you're doing that right now, your business's operational efficiency and profits with a point-of-sale system. You need to have one, okay? And so you need to holler at my folks at point-of-sale system from United States of POS. From touch PC POS systems to tablet-based, they got you covered, man. United States of POS cater to a wide range of businesses and have a POS solution for you. Manage sales, staff, inventory, and more with a POS system from United States of POS. Let them know you heard about this ad on your radio show here on the Doug Stewart Show and get 10% off your order. All right, so if you got a business, a restaurant or something like that, I'll let my folks at US of POS. Call right now at 855 US of POS. That's 855 US of POS, or check them out online at UnitedStatesOfPOS.com. That's UnitedStatesOfPOS.com, and tell them the Doug Stewart Show sent you. So I don't want to keep doing this every single day, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. And we're going to read more of your chat here in a second. I don't want to keep doing it every day, but I guess we might have to until this thing comes to an end, at least this streak. The Golden State Warriors go to 10-0 last night, beating the Minnesota Timberwolves 129-116. Ball award to them. Steph Curry, man. 46 points, man. The best start in franchise history for the Golden State Warriors. A mark only equal by only 3 other defending champions. So this is a good indicator for the Golden State Warriors that they're going to win a championship. The only other time a team has started out 10-0, they won the NBA championship that year. Steph Curry made 15 of his 25 shots from the field, including 8 for 13 from the three-point range. The man went 8 for 13 from three-point range. And I mean just way deep threes. To go with 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, and in all of that, the man just had 3 turnovers. Golden State outscored Minnesota by 21 points in Curry's 37 minutes and 42 seconds of playing. Minnesota actually made this into a game late, and it looks like everything that they're doing there is actually working. I think Minnesota is actually turning the corner. Their upside is just incredible. Wiggins, Andrew Wiggins, the 2-guard, number 1 draft pick a couple of years ago, man, is playing phenomenal for a young player in this league. And then they got Karl Anthony Towns has been balling out of control as well in relative terms for a young player. The whole idea of bringing back Kevin Garnett to mentor Karl Anthony Towns looks like it was a smart move. Minnesota's got some things to be positive about. Shouts out to your Minnesota Timberwolves, Vince. But this is all about Steph Curry, man, and the Golden State Warriors. I said it yesterday. The question isn't, will they win 72 games this year? The question is will anybody beat them 10 times? Will they have 10 losses? I find that hard to believe, that they can lose 10 times. They are just a well-oiled machine, as somebody put it on yesterday. That's the bigger question. And how about this question as well? And I saw somebody post it this morning or pose this question this morning on TV. Who's the best player in basketball? Even though Steph Curry won the MVP last year, most people agreed that LeBron James was still the best player in basketball. Many years, Michael Jordan was the best player in basketball, but he didn't win the MVP every single year. Barkley won it in 1 year. I think David Robinson won it 1 year. Karl Malone won it 1 year. All during the time that Michael Jordan played. But most people agreed that Jordan was the best player in basketball. I'm going to ask you today, man, November 13, 2015, is Steph Curry the best player in basketball? over LeBron James? Really, this is a two-person question. Is he the best player in basketball? Wow. I mean, this is so unbelievable, this conversation even. And looking where Steph Curry came from Davidson, a little small kid, ankle problems. I never in a million years thought that we'd even have this conversation or that I would even pose this question. But it has real substance. It does. This ninja is unbelievable. He is. Ooh. So, Dougie, you answer the question, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Who would you rather have, LeBron James, or would you have Steph Curry? And you know what? Take that. Don't pose the question like that, because I think most people might say, if you pose a question like that, if you factor in LeBron's age and the fact that he's having back issues right now, you would say Steph Curry. So no, I'm not going to ask you the question like that. Who is the best player? That's it. Plain and simple. Who's the best player in basketball? Who's the best player? Not who you would start your team with right now. Man, did you see Steph practicing his little dribble drills at the start of the game last night? This ninja had 2 basketballs, man, and was doing – he's like freaking Curly Neal out there from the Globetrotters. And he can shoot, man. And he defends well for his size. He gets steals. He just won an MVP and a world championship. And he's young as hell. I don't even want to answer the question, man. I'm actually scared to answer that question.
You sound like you have a man crush.
No, I'm actually scared to answer that question, and I don't want it to come across like I got a man crush with Steph Curry, because remember, I'm a guy that took a long time to come around on dude. And everybody was saying, when Mark Jackson was saying that he's the best shooter in basketball history, I was like, man, are you crazy? Are you nuts? So it took me a long time to come around on dude, but I see it. I see the light. This man is unstoppable. He's unstoppable, and I've heard a couple other people talk about it after I did, is we've seen a lot of players in NBA history that can shoot lights out, but they didn't have the handles. And we've seen a lot of players that had good handles, but they couldn't shoot. This man combines the best of both worlds. And he's a player's son, so he's been around the game his entire life. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. I want to read some of this chat and get some of your thoughts on this, man. I'll answer that question a little bit later. We'll also give you the Ball Penis Award coming up here in the next segment on the Doug Stewart Show, man. We got too much to do, man. It's a good thing we got an extra 30 minutes today that we're going to extend the show. We're going to talk to my man, Brian Messiah, owner of Keystone Wizardry, a little bit later on today's show. And I'll answer the question, man. Who's the best player in basketball? Steph Curry, a.k.a. Chef Curry with the 3, or LeBron James? That's tough. All right, Ball Penis Award coming up next. Don't go away. Keep it locked. This is the Doug Stewart Show. This is your folk, Doug Stewart. Want to protect you and your family from life's unexpected mishaps? Then join 7. Join 7 is a prepaid legal company under the umbrella of the Protection Group. Join 7 is the only group benefit or motor club in the U.S. that offers auto reimbursement coverage, key replacement coverage, roadside assistance, gives you a current Medi-file, prescription savings, and fully encompassed prepaid legal benefits that include identity theft. They got your back. The average combined cost to purchase these benefits individually is over $850 a year. Join today and take advantage of all 7 for $17 a month. They've been around for over 20 years, so check them out by clicking on the banner link on my page, thedougstewartshow.com, or the app. And join 7.
The best of the Doug Stewart Show.
Vegas, I believe, is the only state, or Nevada is the only state where they have legalized prostitution in these whorehouses, and they call them brothels. And it's not in the city limits of Vegas in that particular county. It's like the next county over, and I just heard all of this on the street. I just heard about this. But this is how it actually is. So, like, one county over, if you drive, and I think this story said it's like 70 miles where Lamar Odom was found. This next county over, they have legalized whorehouses. The technical term is brothels. Yes, Tree.
I mean, I'm going to say something that may surprise you. To be honest with you, like, they need to legalize it everywhere because...
Whoa. Wait a minute, Aunt Esther.
No. This is real talk here.
Okay.
The government has no business telling people where they can fling their cat, get their vitamin D. It's not up to the government to decide that. So while I wouldn't choose that as my lifestyle, shout out to Nevada for understanding that that's that woman's body.
Yeah.
And she can do what she wants with it.
In theory, I 100% agree with you. I didn't know we were going to start this social conversation on whores and whorehouses in America, but yeah, I agree with you, Tree.
I'm telling you, just stop it, government, and legalize the kitty.
Legalize? Wait a minute. I think we got a new moniker now for the show. Legalize the kitty.
Sports Talk. Straight, no chaser.
Then try all you'll be real. That's the better deal. With them Hebrew roots, you probably don't have a clue, but it's true. It's what they do, keeping your hair healthy with care. Watching other people stare, that's the glare. Getting rid of that dandruff when your hair gets rough. They know when it's tough. I ain't gonna bluff. You gotta say enough is enough with 12 different type of try oils. So quit acting like you ain't got no type. Follow the Hebrews right, cause the Hebrews night tonight.
If you're not stewing, what the hell are you doing? This is the Doug Stewart Show. Fantastic, freaky, funny Football Friday. Don't forget, tomorrow morning, the return of the two live stews, Doug Stewart and Ryan Stewart. That's right, Ryan's out of retirement. And you best believe he's probably going to say something real silly tomorrow morning. So tune in to the two live stews. You just heard us coming back from the break, man. MyHebrewRoots.net, hair products. Once again, MyHebrewRoots.net. And get your hair products together, man, at a great, great price, all right? I'm gonna postpone the Boil Penis Award for one segment. I want to read some of this chat, man. I appreciate all of the chat, and a lot of times I got to show love to the listeners, man, because y'all make this show the most interactive sports and guy talk show in America, the Doug Stewart Show. Y'all do. Y'all do. So I got to say thank you, man, by reading your chat. Don't forget, a little bit later today, I'm telling you, your kid's going to ask you about one of these hoverboards, man. It's been the craze. We're going to talk to one of the owners of Keystone Wizardry. Go to KeystoneWizardry.com and check out their products, man, before we even get this guy on. He's got a great story, too, from talking to him already and getting his background. So we're gonna talk to my man Brian Messiah from Keystone Wizardry. This product is real hot, so we'll do that a little bit later today on the Doug Stewart Show. Let me read a couple more of these chat messages from Nick Cash. Let's see, we already read that one from Chef Ivan the Great. Chef Ivan the Great says, Tree watches American Horror Story. That ish, though. You still watch American Horror Story, Tree? Is it still good?
I mean, it's a little bizarre for you, but it's a good show.
Okay.
You can't catch up. It's too much.
You know what, though? People would have said The Walking Dead would have been a bizarre show for me to watch, and I really wasn't into the zombie craze. But that's one of the best shows that's ever been on TV. I'm telling you. So maybe I'll go back and can I watch American Horror Story on Netflix?
Yeah, I want you to start with season 1 and then don't get your feelings hurt when season 2 comes and it's just different. They do a different situation. It's not a continuation.
Okay, gotcha.
But they use the same actors.
Okay, gotcha. From Sluggo, he says, Tree, we're going to need you to reshuffle your horses like we do and participate, shawty. From Loose Neck Psy, Tree tripping because Cookie got a jacked up wardrobe. But I get the whole Cookie wearing the old school clothes. She's kind of like Fly Guy from I'ma Get You Sucker. She's been in the pen for a couple of years. She had to do a bid. And so her style is still 1985. You know, I get that. From Clay Davis's Sheet Advisor, I didn't watch Coonpire, but I'm really watching Rosewood. I heard that Rosewood show with Morris Chestnut, and maybe we can get him on the show. We actually had him on the Doug Stewart YouTube show about a year and a half ago, and I got a real good relationship. He's actually a fan of the Two Live Stews. Maybe we can get him on. I heard that his show got booked for another season. That's right. He's already signed a new deal for a new season of Rosewood. I haven't seen it, but evidently it's doing good in the ratings.
Won't he do it?
Chef Ivan the Great, he says, Tree. Who Tree? Laugh out loud. The 47 problem. Tree sounds so good back on air. Oh, Tree, they're actually happy that you back. They're actually happy you're back. Let me read this message here from Marvin. Marvin says, Tree, I'm happy to have you back, but we will not tolerate you throwing shade on Doug singing. As a listener, I love the input that you bring to the show, but at the same time, I love Doug singing even more. So, in other words, Tree, we need you to stand down from Doug singing. Thank you. Tree, hold on. Tree, hold on, Tree. Something's wrong with your microphone. We'll get you back on here for a second. Let me read more of this chat. I mean, don't take away from the listeners' time. I'm just reading. I'm just reporting the news. Okay. From Miss Mocabella, Rex Ryan is an ass. From RC, Rex Ryan was celebrating like he won this. The man was slobbering all over himself last night for a regular season win. Now, I get it. You want to show to your former employees that, you know, you're still a good coach. I get that, but damn, overkill, bruh, huh? He act like he won the Super Bowl for real. Damn. From 9-0 the Rhino, Tyrod is very underrated as a passer. I agree. Nick Cash put them slugs all in Tree's booty. Laugh out loud. That didn't sound right. From KC, Doug is the worst gangster in history. Coming to a gunfight with an unloaded gun. Yeah, we had an issue, man. I had to get a different caliber gun, man. This gun always jamming. Let's see here. From Busser, Tree had time to run and eat breakfast before Doug loaded that gun. Whatever, man. I'm going to get a new pistol, man. Lavelle Maestro, Doug's pistol is old as hell. Laugh out loud. The Oklahoma Sigma here. Doug goes shooting blanks. Uncle Luke put Tree back on the nomination list for disrespecting the R&B king. As a matter of fact, that's a great idea. And we did extend Encyclopedia Brown Battle Sing. Clay Davis, the Sheet Advisor. Who watching The Player with Wesley Snipes? I saw the first episode of The Player, and maybe I was distracted. I really wasn't paying attention, but I didn't go back and watch anymore. Is it a good show? Yeah. We're going to go ahead, and we're going to do an executive move here, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. We're going to put Tree in the Bald Penis Award. I don't know why we didn't do it already. So for the next 15 minutes, hold on, let me talk. For the next 15 minutes, what? For the next 10 minutes, you have the ability to nominate Tree for a Bald Penis Award. Let's see if she can make a come from behind victory. And you know who your nominees are. Let me read more of this chat. You're trying to overtalk me. Now listen. I don't know what's going on with you. You've been gone for a couple of weeks, and you back. And every time you get the opportunity, you try to overtalk the host? Nah, they ain't going down like that. I love you like a play cousin, little sister, but Nick Cash, I love when Dez goes off too ha-ha. He don't give a damn. I'm telling you, he's like O-Dog from Minister Society. Nino the Rhino, the home team should wear white. The home team should wear white. No, it's the other way around, isn't it? From E. Purnell 9, what about your Lakers home uniforms? I absolutely hate. Are you talking about the sleeve uniforms, the volleyball shirts? From That Ninja, Doug, you old-fashioned, those unis were sweet. KC, Stevie Wonder tweeted about how he hated those uniforms last night. That was funny, KC. From Cornelia Small, my brother-in-law is colorblind. He's a Saints fan, so their black and white jerseys are no problem for him. From Uncle Luke, both uniforms were good. You're right, Tree. We can't help if you're colorblind. Loose neck Psy, Stephen A. is a failure at happiness. Jarvis J., like Corey Holcomb says, Stephen A. should feel safe around other black people. Shouldn't feel safe around other black people. Is that a threat? Loose neck Psy, Stephen A. must have pay incentives in his contract for every time he says something to piss black people off. That ninja Stephen A. Smith is moist. From Miss Mocha Bella, Stephen A. always makes dumbass comments. Chef Ivan the Great, anybody see the J.T. Barrett DUI video? He tried to get off the hook. TMZ gets everything. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. From Sluggo, I don't blame JT. Let them ninjas know just in case it works. Yeah, I mean, you got to try. You got to play I'm the quarterback of Ohio State card, don't you? I ain't mad at that, man. From That Ninja, for the record, Doug, I watched that episode and I don't recall rape insinuation towards Hakeem. My wife says that. Now, when it first happened, I didn't catch that, but my wife says that in all of the blogs, what's the blogs that she reads? What's the popular blogs tree that women read? Sandra, what's that? Sandra what?
Sandra Rose.
Sandra Rose.
Black and Fabulous.
Right.
YDF.
Right. My wife reads all of those blogs, and she's like, did you realize that something about that whole Hakeem kidnap thing, they're saying in the blogs that he was actually raped? And I was like, wait a minute, I missed that. Okay, so I missed that, but still, following, move forward to this week, Hakeem is and his mama out making deals with the same people that took his booty. From Side of Sports Guy, Doug, you need a kitchen in the studio so you can send Tree in it. I mean, if she cooked me a ham sandwich, make me a ham sandwich, I wouldn't mind that, but I don't know what you're saying, sir. You aren't being progressive, From Eugene Jackson, Raiders winning this Sunday. Loose neck side. Whoopi still living off of pulling the knife on Mr. at the dinner table. Nick Cash. Doug ain't seen the color purple. Stop. Never seen the color purple. Never seen the color purple. From Grego. Doug would love color purple. From Loose neck side. The only thing I don't get is John Jock Taylor. That's the guy's name, and I apologize for not knowing it earlier, Stewies. Is black, so why Dez tripping on him saying the N-word? Yeah, that was part of the story, and I don't think it was, I think it was. You're right. It was John Jock Taylor. They're saying use the N-word. Yeah, that's not a story. That's only a story to the media, and Jock Taylor denied actually using the term, the N-word, towards Dez Bryant, or I believe it was another player involved in that whole story as well. That's not a story to black folks, because black folks use the term around and towards other black folks all the time. I guess in a professional type setting, which is his job, he shouldn't have done that if he did. He's in the locker room. He's a journalist. Technically, this is a professional atmosphere. He shouldn't be using that term in that atmosphere. I get that. But if they were just on the street, that wouldn't be nothing at all. Eugene S. Jackson. Doug, Stephen Curry is now the best, or Steph Curry is now the best player in the NBA. Anthony Davis, number 2. Wow. You're even putting Anthony Davis at number 2. Now, I would start my organization. I would start my franchise. I think, and I even have to question this now, I was very prophetic in saying this at the start of the season, that I would start my team with Anthony Davis. But Steph Curry is even gaining ground on that. He is. Eugene Jackson says Steph Curry is now the best player in the NBA. Anthony Davis, number 2. Is Anthony Davis number 2 even over LeBron James? He's been struggling this year. Yeah, him and the Pelicans been struggling this year. All right, we get back from the break, man. got to talk about this Ronda Rousey story. She fights this weekend. Floyd Mayweather's in the news. Oscar De La Hoya. I want to get to those stories. But we got boiled penis coming up next on the Doug Stewart Show. Don't go away. We're back. The Two Live Stews are back on air every Saturday morning at 11 a.m. on WGST. It's sports talk with hot sauce. Special thanks to our sponsor, Bruce Hagen, at Hagen-Law.com for making it happen.
640 WGST in Atlanta. Search 640 WGST on iHeartRadio worldwide.
Yes! In life, things happen, good and bad. And being prepared is always important. If you're like me, a husband, a father, and protector of that family tree, then your family is the most important thing in the world. 95 million U.S. adults don't have protection in place. So, what I've done is put my protection in the hands of the largest and number one independent financial services company in North America, and that's Primerica. They look out for middle America because they believe that offering the most competitive premiums only benefits the client and have been doing so since 1977. If you're a parent, husband, or wife and want to discuss options with one of Primerica's top reps, then call my guy, Greg Wynn, at 678-439-7172. Again, that's 678-439-7172, and he'll put your family first. And hey, tell him that Doug Stewart sent you. Yes! Do you have your own radio show? Are you an artist or a DJ? BB Mobile Apps is the solution for you. They specialize in creating mobile apps for entertainers. That's right. You can have your own mobile app where your followers can hear your shows or music, watch your videos, and view all your social networks in one place. You can even make money with banner ads and send push notifications directly to your audience to make sure they get your messages. Everyone has their phones on them, right? A mobile app will add credibility to your brand because your content will be accessible to them while they're on the go. BB Mobile Apps also makes apps for bloggers, actors, and producers. The process only takes about 20 minutes. Just go to bbmobileapps.com and click Get Started Now. That's bbmobileapps.com and tell them the Doug Stewart Show sent you.
National Debt Relief is one of the country's largest and most reputable debt settlement companies, made up of energetic individuals who are passionate about helping thousands of Americans with debt relief. Most importantly, we're all about helping our customers through a tough financial time in their lives with education and individual customer service. We're dedicated to helping individuals and families rid their lives of burdensome debt, specializing in debt settlement, and they've also negotiated settlements for thousands of creditor and collection accounts. Providing clients with both expertise and proven results, this means helping customers in time of hardship to get out of debt with the least possible cost. It can also mean conducting financial consultations, educating the customer, and recommending the appropriate solution. Core Services offer debt settlement as an alternative. I repeat, alternative to bankruptcy, credit counseling, and debt consolidation. National Debt Relief is your #1 advocate group to help you reestablish financial stability as quickly as possible. So give us a call at 844-828-4975. Again, that's 844-828-4975 and work it out.
Penis tastes better boiled.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to begin our study of the male erection. We are adults. Now, I want everybody together to go ahead and say, penis, penis, penis.
Penis tastes better. Penis tastes better. Penis tastes better boiled.
Come on, y'all, say it.
No, man. P-nuts. I'm trying to say it as slow as I can. P-nuts. P-E-A-N-U-T-S. P-nuts. Y'all know what the hell I was saying.
Come on, y'all, say it.
It's that time of the week. Boiled Penis Awards. I mean, it's the craze. Everybody in America looks forward to the Boiled Penis Awards here on the Doug Stewart Show. Thank you for joining your boy. Really do appreciate it. So let me run through the nominees again. You got Greg Hardy was nominated for being Greg Hardy. Jerry Jones for supporting Greg Hardy. A lot of people feel like that he should actually have cut Greg Hardy. I don't think that's going to happen as it stands right now. I actually made a $2 bet with Pedro, a.k.a. Stagger Lee. I don't think that Jerry Jones is going to cut Greg Hardy. I think Greg Hardy is going to do something to cut himself. He is going to have some type of tirade in the locker room. He's going to fight one of his teammates. He's going to do something to get kicked off the Dallas Cowboys, suspended from the Cowboys, or kicked out of the league before the end of the season. I got a $2 bet with you, Stagger Lee. A $2 bet. I want my money because that ninja is unstable. He got a screw missing. He does. Dez Bryant for going off on the media. I actually like Dez Bryant going off in the media. I don't think he's going to win. Tim Wolf, the ex-president of the University of Missouri, for being tone deaf to the needs of its students on campus. Thus, a boycott was threatened, and his ass had to step down. It was simple economics. He made $450,000. They would have had to pay BYU $1 million if that ninja would have stayed, and them players would not have played in that game. So his ass had to go. Jeff Van Gundy for scolding Dallas sports fans about cheering for Greg Hardy, but booing for DeAndre Jordan when they came back, when Jordan came back to Dallas with the Los Angeles Clippers. I don't think he's going to win. Rex Ryan was a late entry, and damn, he got a lot of votes to be such a late entry for just being a buffoon. This is a no Rex Ryan zone here. And finally, Stephen A. Smith, for in effect, in this whole story at the University of Missouri, Stephen A. Smith, and I didn't see it when it actually happened. Somebody, as does, happens all the time. One of the Stewies, my people, sent me an actual clip, a link to the clip where Stephen A. Smith was talking about this story at the University of Missouri. And as he normally does, that I've seen in the past since he's been back for the last couple of years and in effect taking the job of the Stews. Whenever an issue like this comes up, Stephen A. Smith finds a way to somehow lay blame on the victim. And in this particular, we're talking about black people in the story at the University of Missouri. Conveniently. I don't know why or who does that, but he does. And so he was nominated as well. So this week, your Bald Penis Award winner is... We actually had a tie between Greg Hardy and Stephen A. Smith. So, we talked about it during the break. We can't have ties on the Doug Stewart Show. We don't do nothing. We do all or nothing. So, breaking the tie between Greg Hardy and Stephen A. Smith, our own Tree Taylor voted for Stephen A. Smith as the Bald Penis Award winner of the week. Damn, bruh, I hated it. Once again, Stephen A. Smith supposedly is a Q. He's not supposedly. He is a Q. He is my frat brother. But Tree cast the deciding vote, and Stephen A. Smith is your Bald Penis Award winner or loser, depending on how you look at it, for the week of November 15th, 2015. Yes, Tree? Yes, Tree?
It is not November 15th. It's November 13th, but
well, the weekend,
I just
the
have
weekend,
a question.
the weekend. Why you always come in here trying to correct the holes? The weekend, November 15th. The weekend's on Sunday.
Listen.
You see what I'm doing with my hand? My uncle used to do this. Whenever he used to get excited,
The
what?
Swinging uncle?
Who?
Uncle Donnie?
I haven't talked
Slab.
about.
Hey, Slab.
I haven't talked about that story all week. But Ryan's told that story before you. That's the first time you had heard it. But that's a true story. Yes.
I want to ask you something.
Yes.
Your frat or alleged frat, I ain't never seen him with a woman. Have you?
Oh, now you question the man's sexuality. I mean, it's bad
I'm
enough.
just trying
It's
to
bad.
get to
It's
the
bad.
root.
It's bad enough the man wins the Bald Penis Award.
Well, we were
Damn.
talking about peanuts, and it just made me think or wonder because I that may be part of his disdain. He has such a disdain, and maybe he just needs some assistance.
Some nudesy. I don't know if Stephen A. Smith is married. I don't know if he is. He might be. I have no clue, to be honest with you. But I know one thing. He's the Bald Penis Award winner for this week. And I've noticed that too, man. In my personal opinion, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, once again, I try not to take shots at comrades, but it's very disheartening when dude does that move, and I call it the Stephen A. Smith move, where it's kind of like he's trying to soften the blow because he feels like his superiors, his bosses, want him to. You know, you get what I'm saying? And it's very obvious and blatant whenever he does it. And there's actually somebody I just talked about how one of the listeners sent me the clip of what he said last week, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, or maybe it was earlier this week. Somebody also sent me a montage of him doing that exact thing, the Stephen A. Smith move, where, in effect, he's talking about the subject, but in some kind of way, he figures out a way to place blame on black people. You know, and I mean, it's just obvious, but somebody sent me a montage, like 10 minutes of clips of him doing this over the years. And I mean, it is what it is. And I you know, once again, I hate to do it, man, but it's real. It's real. Like, what did, you know, black people calling out injustices have to do with the story? And somehow they should have blame placed on them. And I guess I'm saying them, on us, you know? These young people took a stand for injustice on their campus, and somehow it was twisted to, you know, we got to be careful about who we call out. We talking about black people. What? It got nothing to do with that. And that's what he did, and so for that, he earns the Bald Penis Award for the week, ending November 15th, 2015. What, Tree?
Again, not to be a killjoy, the week ending is November 14th. November 15th begins a new week. Thank you.
Well, damn it, technically you're right. Are you happy, Tree? I forgot. And I don't think everybody does it that way, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Is that universal, or is there a certain group of people that start the week off with Sunday? I'm not exactly sure.
The Bible says
okay.
that Saturday is the seventh day, which would make Sunday number one again.
Well, why are we always celebrating Sunday as a Sabbath?
Well, it's not. We Christians changed it, but Jewish people go to church on Orthodox go on the Sabbath, which is Saturday.
So you're getting real deep on me here now.
Well, I'm here
you know I'm not like you, Aunt Esther. I'm a casual churchgoer. Okay, you taught me something just now, and I think I've heard that before. I mean, I did used to go to Sunday school. Do kids still go to Sunday school? Tree, you make your kids go to Sunday school? Do they have Sunday school at Impact?
No, we do not have Sunday school at Impact. We're not anti-Sunday school. We just don't do things. We don't do that.
So they don't have Sunday school at Impact?
They have
a classroom with kids over there. Go ahead.
I keep trying to get you to allow your daughter to leave from being sewn to your hip and come over there. We have Maximum Impact, and then we have Impact Kids, and then we have Impossibles. So they do a lesson during the time that we're getting a lesson.
Oh, okay. Big Wooly Impact. Ooh.
I'm actually singing for the youth this week.
Don't tell the youth that you battle sung me a couple of weeks ago and you got destroyed. Don't tell them that. That's another thing that's different about today, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Kids don't really go to Sunday school, or that I can notice. Maybe they do at Impact. We got a whole church for it, a whole side alternative church for it. Kids don't ride bikes no more. Kids don't go to church, to Sunday school. And maybe some of the listeners' kids do. My kids don't go to Sunday school. It's really an issue with time. in geography. You know, when I was growing up, my church, my family church, in which the church that my family went to our entire lives and through the generations of my family went to this particular church. The church was 5 minutes from the house. You know, in Atlanta, everything's so spread out. To get to a church that you want to attend, we travel 45 minutes to and from. So going an hour early to drop the kids off at Sunday school, man, it's been an issue. And I guess it's our fault we don't take our kids to Sunday school.
You don't need to take them. You just need to be a mirror for them. Okay? It's okay. God ain't mad at you, Doug.
No,
it's all right.
I feel some type of way in not taking my kids to Sunday school. My kids don't know as much about the Bible as I do, even though I didn't know the Sabbath was Saturday. But we used to be up at Sunday school on Saturday morning. You best believe that. My mother would take us and drop us off. She still have her rollers on. She'd drop us off, but we was there at 10 o'clock. And then she'd roll back around at 11 o'clock when church started. But damn it, her kids were going to be in Sunday school. Oh, I miss those days. Don't go away. The Doug Stewart Show. Fantasy sports fans are winning huge cash prizes every day at DraftKings.com. America's favorite place to play daily fantasy sports. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Just pick your sport and draft your team. It's like a new season every time you play. So, you're never stuck with the same players. Last year, $300 million were won at DraftKings.com, and you could be next to win big. Go to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code STU to play for free. That's STU for free entry now at DraftKings.com. Also, if you use promo code STU, DraftKings will match your initial deposit up to $600. Deposit $600, play with $1,200. DraftKings.com, promo code STU.
The best of the Doug Stewart Show.
Let me read more of this chat before I get out of here. Oh, my gosh. Okay, my man K3000. Yeah. If you're new to the show, K3000, he's kind of long-winded. We love him, though. So I guess this is why Tree's playing this music in the background. He says, Dougie, I feel you. People love making fun of people when they get caught doing something semi-wrong. Like receiving extra free shrimp, but they don't realize that a lot of these guys are effing starving and that they're effing restricted from even signing their name for gain. You give me a damn scholarship and I'm supposed to sign over all my damn rights, all my money-making potential, and if I don't comply, then you blackball me so that I can't make it to the next level to actually receive a check. GTFOH, he did a bunch of GTFOHs. CSI, this is the ish. I'm pissed off about too. That's like dude from Ohio State that actually went to court to get the rule changed and then got blackballed and lost that life. GTFOH, a lot of them. I'm totally with you, Dougie. I'm totally with you. Thank you, K3000. I'm with me too. From sporting events, concerts, and plays, Gistix has the best tickets for them all. The owner, a veteran and military spouse, founded the company set on delivering affordable prices for all the top events. Also, they sell 100% authentic signed memorabilia and quality fan merchandise. It's a one-stop shop for fans. Gistix was founded in 2014 by 4 fun people with military and DoD backgrounds that are fans of everything entertainment. They work hard at helping fans like us discover tickets for live entertainment at a great price, providing hard-to-find authentic sports items and merchandise. And they offer Easter eggs that give fans additional opportunities to purchase unique items. Active and non-military members receive an additional discount on event tickets and fan merchandise items as a thank you for your service. Again, Gistix is founded by fans, and they listen to other fans to understand the importance of service, price, and quality across the board for entertainment, memorabilia, and merchandise. Check them out at Gistix.com, spelled Gistix.com. Again, Gistix.com. That's Gistix.com. If you not stewing, what in the hell are you doing? This is the Doug Stewart Show. Sports talk with hot sauce, Texas Pete hot sauce. The world's heavyweight champion of sports and guy talk radio, the Doug Stewart Show. I love this beat right here. I will say something about these youngins now. A lot of these beats are kind of catchy. They kind of popping. They get you kind of caught up in what's going on, man. In about 15 minutes, man, we're going to talk to Brian Messiah, owner of Keystone Wizardry. They are selling the hell out of these hoverboards, self-balancing scooters, smart scooters. They've been called a couple of different things. We're going to talk to him about the craze, about his company, a little bit about the background, kind of like the first promotional interview that we've done on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network during my show. So stay tuned for that. That should be interesting. So my show will conclude after that interview around 12:30 p.m. today. Once again, right here on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. This segment is brought to you by the good folks from Strickland Security. That's right. Crime is bad here in Atlanta at some places, man, in some parts of town. So you got to protect your family. You have to do it. And you should do it with my folks from Strickland Security. They have over 55 years combined experience in the business. They can get you an alarm system starting at just $15. They can even fix your alarm system, or they can even get you the big boy alarm system with all the bells and whistles, lights, cameras, action, and all like that. Crook, you're on camera. We got your ass. Exactly. So holla at my folks at StricklandSecurity.com. That's StricklandSecurity.com, and tell them that the Doug Stewart Show sent you. So there's a story out there. Oscar De La Hoya shredded Floyd Mayweather Jr. in an open letter saying that he was boring and the fight game would be better off when he's out of it, when he's not in it anymore. In the letter, which appears in the December edition of Playboy magazine, De La Hoya took all kinds of shots at your boy Mayweather. This isn't really a big story to me because Oscar De La Hoya is pretty much the epitome of a hater. Yeah. And I even hate using that term because I think it's used too much today. A lot of times it's constructive criticism. But Oscar De La Hoya got his ass whipped by Floyd Mayweather Jr. Floyd Mayweather Jr. has made probably 20 times more money than De La Hoya made in his career. He's still undefeated. He's 49-0. He's about to be 50-0. De La Hoya's on the sideline throwing shade, so I don't give a rat's ass what De La Hoya says. And Ronda Rousey, you heard the story about Ronda Rousey in her book. She talks about a fight that she got in with her boyfriend. She had a violent encounter with her ex-boyfriend that she recounted in her autobiography, which was published earlier this year. She said that she's been taking a lot of abuse, and that's probably not the best word in this conversation. And she's taken a lot of flack from the public, saying that her situation with her boyfriend is very similar to Floyd Mayweather and the accusations made against him. Why is she not coming under fire? It's kind of like a double standard type thing. The way that she explains this fight, and you got to read the story, is her boyfriend took nude pictures of her without her knowledge. I don't know, maybe she was sleep naked or whatever, and her boyfriend took these pictures. When she found out, she slugged the dude. And she said she was trying to leave, and he got in her way. In effect, that was kidnapping. That's what she deemed it. And so, to defend herself and to get away from this guy, she beat him up. Okay, and then the guy followed her. That's a Freudian slip. The boyfriend followed her, and she commenced to beating him up again. Let me just say this, man. I don't have a problem with a woman defending herself, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, and I'm not going to be one of those guys, and I guess I'm old school in my thought that a woman is not as strong as a man, so it's different.
Oh, boy.
It is different. It is different. So I'm not going to get all mad and try to argue it's a double standard in the way that men are treated with domestic violence compared to women. It's not a big deal to me, but it is technically a double standard. If a man had done what Ronda Rousey claims to have done in her autobiography, we would be killing the person. I mean, in effect, it would be the same situation as Greg Hardy, same situation as Floyd Mayweather Jr. Once again, disclaimer, not trying to defend those guys. I'm not. What I'm saying is the same circumstances that Ronda Rousey talked about in this book. If it were a man against a woman, we'd be killing the person. And rightfully so, So you can't pick and choose, when you want to be a woman and when you want to defend women and when you want to talk about how, we want to be more inclusive and women this and women that. You got to be careful with that. You can't say today it's convenient for me to be a woman and tomorrow it's not. Go ahead.
Excuse me.
Go ahead.
And I'm about to go. Thanks for allowing me to come in today. I appreciate it.
Allowing you to come in?
You actually can choose when you want to be a man or a woman. Just ask Bruce or whatever they call him.
Touche. As Tree exit stage right. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good way to go out, Tree. Yeah. Yeah. It's cool today to be a woman because of this particular situation is beneficial to me. But when we talk about this particular situation, it's not beneficial to me, so I want all the rights of being a traditional woman and the way that we look at women in this country. You got to be careful. That's all I'm saying. You got to be very, very careful. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Let me read some of this chat. From man Vince Wright, Tree, Doug, y'all need to do a live show up here in Minnesota next summer. I got the golf hookup and hotels for you. Van Glorious. If I can find me a good flight, like does Spirit go to Minnesota? Spirit don't go to Minnesota, do they? Does AirTran go to Minnesota? If I can find me a good flight, I'll do it. We had to wait a couple of months and book. My anniversary was actually August. And we had to book our flights 5 months in advance so that we could go on that little vacation thing we did this weekend. So, yeah, if I can find a good flight, Vince, I'll do it. From Miss Mocabella, with video games and cell phones, kids don't ride bikes and go outside to play like we did back in the day. They don't. And that's it. That's it exactly is whenever you see your child on a cell phone playing a game, talking to their friends, texting online or whatever on their cell phone, 20 years ago, that time would have been spent outside riding a bike. That's the difference. It's the cell phones. It's not video games per se. Video games is big as well, but no, it's not. It's 90% them damn cell phones, man. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. This is the Doug Stewart Show. Loose neck side. Kids be having helmets, knee pads, shoulder pads, and iPhones with GPSs. We rode bikes with a ninja on the handlebars, and you better have your ass home by dinner or your ass ain't eating. Exactly. Man, I can't even start to tell you how far we used to ride each other on the handlebar that would be deemed today as just deadly. I promise you, I ride my cousin on my handlebar, man, for 3-4 miles. And not fall off one time. Now, it seemed like he was going to fall off, but he never fell off my damn handlebars. I never lost a man riding on my handlebars. Never. Not only have I not seen a kid ride a bike in probably 2 years in my neighborhood, the last time I saw a kid riding a bike was my daughter like 2 years ago. She didn't ride a bike this summer because she's a little bit older now, and I think she's past that stage. She's all into the cell phone now. But I don't think I've seen a kid on a handlebar in like 20 years. At least 20 years. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Times have changed, man. All right, we get back from the break, man. Promotional interview. Great product, though, man. It's relevant. Holiday season coming up. Self-balancing scooters. Hoverboards. We're going to talk to the owner of Keystone Wizardry, Brian Messiah. Don't go away. Keep it locked. This is the Doug Stewart Show. We're back. The Two Live Stews are back on air every Saturday morning at 11 a.m. on WGST. It's sports talk with hot sauce. Special thanks to our sponsor, Bruce Hagen at Hagen-Law.com for making it happen.
640 WGST in Atlanta. Search 640 WGST on iHeartRadio worldwide.
Yes! In life, things happen, good and bad. And being prepared is always important. If you're like me, a husband, a father, and protector of that family tree, then your family is the most important thing in the world. 95 million U.S. adults don't have protection in place. So, what I've done is put my protection in the hands of the largest and number one independent financial services company in North America, and that's Primerica. They look out for middle America because they believe that offering the most competitive premiums only benefits the client and have been doing so since 1977. If you're a parent, husband, or wife and want to discuss options with one of Primerica's top reps, then call my guy, Greg Wynn, at 678-439-7172. Again, that's 678-439-7172, and he'll put your family first. And hey, tell him that Doug Stewart sent you. Yes! Do you have your own radio show? Are you an artist or a DJ? BB Mobile Apps is the solution for you. They specialize in creating mobile apps for entertainers. That's right. You can have your own mobile app where your followers can hear your shows or music, watch your videos, and view all your social networks in one place. You can even make money with banner ads and send push notifications directly to your audience to make sure they get your messages. Everyone has their phones on them, right? A mobile app will add credibility to your brand because your content will be accessible to them while they're on the go. BB Mobile Apps also makes apps for bloggers, actors, and producers. The process only takes about 20 minutes. Just go to bbmobileapps.com and click Get Started Now. That's bbmobileapps.com and tell them the Doug Stewart Show sent you.
National Debt Relief is one of the country's largest and most reputable debt settlement companies, made up of energetic individuals who are passionate about helping thousands of Americans with debt relief. Most importantly, we're all about helping our customers through a tough financial time in their lives with education and individual customer service. We're dedicated to helping individuals and families rid their lives of burdensome debt, specializing in debt settlement, and they've also negotiated settlements for thousands of creditor and collection accounts. Providing clients with both expertise and proven results, this means helping customers in time of hardship to get out of debt with the least possible cost. It can also mean conducting financial consultations, educating the customer, and recommending the appropriate solution. Core Services offer debt settlement as an alternative. I repeat, alternative to bankruptcy, credit counseling, and debt consolidation. National Debt Relief is your number one advocate group to help you reestablish financial stability as quickly as possible. So give us a call at 844-828-4975. Again, that's 844-828-4975 and work it out.
Welcome back to Stewart Media and Entertainment. I'm your host, Doug Stewart. Welcome back, man. Interesting conversation coming up here on the Doug Stewart Show, Stewart Media and Entertainment. Have y'all seen these little, I don't even know what to call them, man, electric balancing boards, hoverboards, smart scooters? I've heard them called many, many different things, but they are hot as fire right now. That's probably going to be one of the big shopping items this Christmas. And speaking of which, we're going to talk to, right now, as a matter of fact, Brian Messiah. He is the owner of Keystone Wizardry. Brian, how are you doing?
Fine, Doug. How are you?
I'm fantastic. So I just kind of gave you a little introduction just now and talking about the product that Keystone Wizardry manufactures and sells, but I see these things all over the place. It's kind of like, you know, I see them on the street, I see them at the mall, I see commercials. I see them on Facebook, on social media. Talk to us about this product, the self-balancing scooters, and how hot this item is.
How hot it is. This is the hottest thing out. I mean, you want to know a viral product? This is a viral product. It's everywhere. I mean, like you said, you see them on the internet, malls, shopping centers, wherever you go, someone's on it. It's the newest thing. People are amazed by it. I mean, this is a product, has no handles, just has 2 wheels, and you float around. Like, what could be better than that?
Yeah, it's really next wave type stuff. Technology, all of that type of thing, and our listeners like that kind of stuff. Let's back up a little bit before we get into the details about this viral product, the self-balancing scooter. Let's talk a little bit about Brian Messiah. What made you decide to become an entrepreneur?
Well, Doug, I grew up in Trinidad. I'm not sure if you're familiar with it. It's a little Caribbean country, and the thing with most Caribbean countries, they're considered third world. And I mean, there's a lot of poverty, there's a lot of different things that society is not accustomed to seeing, you know. Our way of life is different. So basically, if you don't have, you don't have. So you got to think outside the box and try to become something else. You got to try to become that person who can provide for his loved ones. So getting a 9 to 5, it looks good, it sounds attractive, but when you got people dependent on you, relying on you, you got to do more. So becoming an entrepreneur was what I saw for myself as actually alleviating myself out of poverty.
Talking to Brian Messiah right now, owner of Keystone Wizardry, self-balancing scooters. We'll get more into that in a second. So, yeah, I've heard about the lifestyle in the island of Trinidad. Talk a little bit about some of the things maybe that kind of molded you outside of the things that you just talked about just now, that kind of molded you to want to be successful and to build your own.
Well, I was raised by my mom, single parent, and the thing about being raised by a single parent, that's all you have. She has to be mom and dad. So she pushed me. She always let me know that she's here for me, she's there for me. Whatever I want to achieve, I could achieve it. Like, don't ever think because you didn't come from a family with money and stuff like that you can't make it in life. So, you know, just the sky's the limit.
Hey, man, your newest venture is Keystone Wizardry, the name of the company. Can you tell us about that and exactly what you guys do there?
Well, Keystone Wizardry is basically the smaller companies or larger companies, which is Quality Wholesale. Quality Wholesale, we basically deal with wholesale, closeout goods and stuff like that. We started Keystone Wizardry because we wanted to brand our own products. We wanted to actually have new, exciting products on the market. We wanted to have new technology and stuff like that. So we came up with Keystone Wizardry, and we actually started putting out our own line of product. And the self-balancing scooter has been like one of our major hits thus far.
Where does the name exactly come from? How does it tie into what you do there at Keystone Wizardry? Where does the name Keystone Wizardry come from?
We wanted something magical. I mean, we sat there. Quality Wholesale, the initials are KW. I mean, we wanted to stick with the KW. So, you know, we brainstormed and we said, like, if we're going to take it to the future, we want a name that says something futuristically, something that says something magically. So we came up with Keystone Wizardry.
Yeah, and I see the logo for you guys' company. That does make you think of the future. All right, so talk to us a little bit about these balancing boards. What's your newest venture at Keystone Wizardry, and can you tell us about that, these mobility devices?
Well, like they've been on the market 6 months. That's how long they've been on the market, and they've already been viral. What we did was we were doing some research, and we wanted to actually bring a line of boards that were actually durable. When we started our company, the main basis behind it was actually providing a product that had durability in it. A lot of products out there in the market that actually go viral or are becoming trending, they don't have any shelf life. They don't have any product life out of them. So we decided, you know what, we're going to do some research. We're going to find the best boards out there. We're going to find the best materials the boards are made from, and that's what we're going to bring to the market. So we did our research. We've been through many manufacturers, and eventually we came up with one who was actually using the product that we wanted our boards to be built from, and basically we started production.
If you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network, go to Keystone Wizardry, that's KEYSTONE, WIZARDRY.com, and check out exactly what we're talking about. You've seen them around, and my daughter actually has already talked to me about getting one of these things for Christmas, man, so it's going to be big. As you just mentioned, it's viral. Why do you think it's so viral? Why do you think that it's such a craze? And I'm telling you, I've seen them everywhere. I've seen them on TV commercials. I've seen them on social media. It's kind of like the hottest thing going today.
I think anything with a wheel attracts people. Anything that moves people, it attracts them. But this is almost like a Segway. I mean, when Segways were first introduced, people were crazed by them. They were like, oh, wow, Segways, well, what is this new technology? And then they have this product that's almost like a Segway, but there's no handle. You just stand on it, and it moves. You know, people think it operates by your mind, by so many different things they think these boards operate on, but basically they operate on our motion sensors.
Wow, and you just talked about it. That's one of the questions I wanted to ask you, and we're talking to Brian Messiah right now, owner of Keystone Wizardry, self-balancing scooters. Talk about how hard is it to drive one of these things, because I've seen them. Once again, I've seen people out on them, and it doesn't look easy to me. How easy is it to drive these things?
I'll put it to you like this. This woman, she was probably like about 70 years old. She said, oh, my God, you have to have really good balance to be on one of that. I said, you know what? As long as you can walk, you can ride one of this, because you got to have balance to walk. Wow. That was my answer. I mean, it takes roughly between 15 to 20 minutes to actually get accustomed to it. With any new product, it's going to be different. The first time you rode a bike, you weren't as skillful as you are now, you know? So it takes some getting used to. It's a different way of actually operating a mobility device. You're using your feet, you're not using your hands. You're not using a steering wheel or anything that got it. You're using your feet for acceleration, deceleration, and to steer.
Wow. Mobility devices, electric balancing scooter, balancing board, hoverboard, smart scooters. They're called a bunch of different things. I'm almost 50 years old. I've been joking about that the last couple of days. I just had a birthday. But I remember when I was a kid, we always were fascinated with the TV show, the cartoon, The Jetsons, and mobility and traveling differently and flying cars. Do you think there's a future for mobility devices like this?
I think there is. And one of the biggest part about this device is there's no carbon emissions. It runs on rechargeable batteries. I mean, you're looking at saving the planet. You want to invest in products that's not going to give off any sort of harmful emissions in the planet.
Right.
This device, I mean, it's a mobility device, and it meets the standard of all major mobility devices that you could actually ride it around on the curbs, in malls, shopping centers, wherever you go, because the size of it is actually 23 inches in width, which is almost your shoulder width.
Wow. Talking to Brian Messiah right now. KeystoneWizardry.com. Once again, that's KeystoneWizardry.com right here on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. All right, so talk about your particular brand. Why is your brand the best?
Because we are the best. We've actually invested a lot into this product. When we started looking for it, I mean, there were so many different manufacturers offering us different price range. And with any business, you want to be able to make a good profit on your product. But at the same time, actually making sure your customer returns to you is the biggest factor of our company. So we needed to make sure that when we developed this scooter, that we had the right parts in it, that it met all patent, all engineering specifications, and we wanted to make sure that when we sell this product, that there was no problems on the market with this product. So we made sure that the manufacturer built our boards to the best standards there is.
I'm looking at you guys' website right now. You have a bunch of different models, a bunch of different color schemes, the electric one, electric two, electric boards, electric tough. Talk about the different options as far as the self-balancing scooters on you guys' website with Keystone Wizardry.
Well, the options are based on basically your style and your weight. The electric one, it holds 260 pounds. I mean, they come in standard colors, black, white. We have an orange, we have a blue. And these boards are 6.5 inches in terms of the tire width. Now, the clearance on these boards are probably like about 1.5 inches. So it could only be run on surfaces that are smooth, no big bumps. You can't run them in the grass and stuff like that. Then we have the electric 2. Now, the clearance underneath there is 3.5 inches. It gives you more clearance. You could go into more rugged terrain. Then we have the Electric Tough. The Electric Tough is a 10-inch wheel, and there's almost 6 inches of clearance under there. So a lot of people use them for like trail hikes and stuff like that. So it's really based on what your preference of using this board is, and also what your style is.
Yeah, talk a little bit about your customer service. You're kind of talking about fitting a particular board for a particular person. Talk about you guys' customer service and how you try to fit a customer with the perfect board for them.
Well, one thing we like to ask is, what is your use? What is your main use? Now, we have some college kids call us sometime, and they want a board so they could get around campus. We recommend 6-inch because it's flat surfaces they're running on. Then you got guys, they like to go on the trails and stuff like that. We're going to recommend the 10-inch board. They got some guys, they're over 260 pounds. We're going to recommend the 10-inch wheel, I'm sorry. Those are the differences that the product is going to have, and those are also some of the questions that we actually ask the customers in terms of fitting them with the right board.
Talk about
your weight and what's your use.
Talk about it one more time, and you kind of mentioned it earlier, but get a little bit more into detail about the operation of it. It works on a battery. How long does the battery last? How convenient is it for you to bring the charger? How does that work?
Well, the charger is almost the size of like a laptop charger. It's very convenient. We actually offer a carrying bag, so you can actually store your device in it when you're not using it. Carrying it around is pretty simple.
Okay, and we're finishing up with Brian Messiah right now on the Stewart Media and Entertainment and Network. And looking at your bio and reading about you and your company start, I thought it was very interesting to see that you're very outspoken on supporting black-owned businesses. I'm all for that. I'm all for that. Talk about that and how did that come into your philosophy as a business owner?
Well, a lot of that philosophy came from, like I said, being on the islands and stuff like that. Growing up in poverty, it's more or less you gotta survive. It's you. A lot of people, they don't look at coming together. That's the least furthest thing from your mind. So when I got into business, I wanted to surround myself with people who had the same concept as myself, working together, coming together. Let's build something. Let's do something. Whatever environment we're in, let's help grow that community, because growing a community, protecting a community, helping a community is only going to be beneficial to you as a person being in that community.
Finishing up right now with Brian Messiah, owner of Keystone Wizardry. They sell self-balancing scooters, which is the hottest craze. Once again, I mentioned it earlier. My daughter has already asked me, my 11-year-old daughter has already asked me about one. I don't know if that's going to be on the wish list, but we will see. And this thing is just hot. It's very hot right now. You're talking about the electric one, the electric two, electric boards, electric tough, all at KeystoneWizardry.com. Once again, that's KeystoneWizardry.com, the hottest craze this holiday season. All right, so talk about the future a little bit. We're talking about these boards, and I think that this is going to continue to get bigger. You're going to have different variations of this self-balancing scooter or this hoverboard. Talk about the future for Keystone Wizardry.
Well, we plan to stay in tune with our customers and provide what they want. Like, even with our line of boards, all our boards come with Bluetooth speakers. So imagine riding around listening to your favorite jams. I mean, that was one thing that was asked by consumers. Hey, can you put Bluetooth in it? Of course we can put Bluetooth in it. So whatever our customers require, we're going to try our best to actually advance and develop these boards that it fits them.
Wow. So you have a Bluetooth option as well so that you can hear music at the same time when you're driving.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about the remote control. It actually has 2 motors, Samsung Life battery. They're waterproof, dustproof. I mean, they have a lot of great options as well as just being fun.
Yes, they are.
Finishing up right now with Brian Messiah from Keystone Wizardry on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. Brian, talk a little bit about, before we let you go, how big do you expect this to be this holiday season, and what do you think the future is for this type of board? Or do you see it varying and evolving over time to where we're more dependent on this type of vehicle?
Well, I wouldn't say be more dependent, but I think we're going to use this device. That's how I see it. The first time cell phones came out, people were thinking, oh, you're going to be dependent. You're dependent somewhat, but it's a use. You need to call someone. You need to get in contact with someone. It's there. just like with these boards. You need to get somewhere in a short distance without using your car, without releasing carbon emissions and stuff like that. So I see this board basically going into the future where it's actually going to become more and more affordable for almost any and everyone to have one of these, and it's going to be the wave of the future. It's going to be a way of travel.
Wow. KeystoneWizardry.com. KeystoneWizardry.com. Once again, to spell that for the listeners, is KEYSTONE, Wizardry. That's WIZARDRY.com. And the owner, Brian Messiah. Brian, can you give the listeners to the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network some type of deal if they mention my name?
Oh, definitely. I mean, they could actually go to the product. If you go to the website, as you mentioned, KeystoneWizardry.com, you go to Shop Product Specials. Right now, just because we're actually on your show, we're offering a 40% discount for this month.
Wow, a 40% discount for the month of November 2015. Now, this is going to be an ongoing marketing type interview for you, but for the month of November 2015, if you mention the Doug Stewart Show, 40% off the price. That's crazy.
Yep.
Wow. Well, Brian, good luck to you, man. Keystone Wizardry, I'm sure you guys are going to do some big things. You're at the forefront of this movement, and I know you're going to have nothing but success. Thank you for coming on and talking to us.
I appreciate being on your show, man. I appreciate it a lot. Thank you very much.
There he is, Brian Messiah from Keystone Wizardry. All right. When we get back, we're going to wrap up today's show and do the damn thing. That's interesting, man. 40% off. You can't beat that. You can't beat that. Don't go away. Keep it locked. This is The Doug Stewart Show. Fantasy sports fans are winning huge cash prizes every day at DraftKings.com. America's favorite place to play daily fantasy sports. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Just pick your sport and draft your team. It's like a new season every time you play, so you're never stuck with the same players. Last year, $300 million were won at DraftKings.com, and you could be next to win big. Go to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code STU to play for free. That's STU for free entry now at DraftKings.com. Also, if you use promo code STU, DraftKings will match your initial deposit up to $600. Deposit $600, play with $1,200. DraftKings.com, promo code STU.
The best of the Doug Stewart Show.
Let me read more of this chat before I get out of here. Oh, my gosh. Okay, my man K3000. Yeah. If you're new to the show, K3000, he's kind of long-winded. We love him, though. So I guess this is why Tree's playing this music in the background. He says, Dougie, I feel you. People love making fun of people when they get caught doing something semi-wrong, like receiving extra like free shrimp. But they don't realize that a lot of these guys are effing starving and that they're effing restricted from even signing their name for gain. You give me a damn scholarship and I'm supposed to sign over all my damn rights, all my money-making potential. And if I don't comply, then you blackball me so that I can't make it to the next level to actually receive a check. GTFOH, he did a bunch of DTFOHs. CSI, this is the ish. I'm pissed off about too. That's like dude from Ohio State that actually went to court to get the rule changed and then got blackballed and lost that life. GTFOH, a lot of them. I'm totally with you, Dougie. I'm totally with you. Thank you, K3000. I'm with me, too. From sporting events, concerts, and plays, Gistix has the best tickets for them all. The owner, a veteran and military spouse, founded the company set on delivering affordable prices for all the top events. Also, they sell 100% authentic signed memorabilia and quality fan merchandise. It's a one-stop shop for fans. Gistix was founded in 2014 by 4 fun people with military and DoD backgrounds that are fans of everything entertainment. They work hard at helping fans like us discover tickets for live entertainment at a great price, providing hard-to-find authentic sports items and merchandise. And they offer Easter eggs that give fans additional opportunities to purchase unique items. Active and non-military members receive an additional discount on event tickets and fan merchandise items as a thank you for your service. Again, Gistics is founded by fans, and they listen to other fans to understand the importance of service, price, and quality across the board for entertainment, memorabilia, and merchandise. Check them out at Gistics.com, spelled Jistix.com. Again, Gistics.com. That's Gistics.com.
Beat Street Breakdown.
Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. Shouts out to Brian Messiah from Keystone Wizardry. If you're going to get one of them boards, man, a 40% discount for the month of November. He didn't even say until December. So you got to go ahead and make that purchase now. KeystoneWizardry.com. Thank you to Brian Messiah for coming on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. All right, so we got bonus stew today, man. Bonus stew. You can give me a call at 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougsstewartshow.com. It's perfect because I get to talk about the Funky Four, the four biggest games in football of this weekend. And, damn, I should have had some cheesy football music already. I apologize. Let's talk a little bit about the college games. Really kind of like a light schedule as far as big games this weekend in college football. But you do have the Alabama Crimson Tide taking on the Mississippi State Bulldogs. Mississippi State 7-2, the number 17 team in the country. Alabama 8-1, the number 2 team in the country. You've been doing it kind of quietly, and they don't have the conversation surrounding the program like they did last year. But man, Dak Prescott is playing great football this year. 18 touchdown passes, 1 interception for the quarterback of the Mississippi State Bulldogs, going up against Derrick Henry, who had the big game last weekend against LSU for the season. 218 carries, 1,254 yards, 17 touchdowns for Derrick Henry. So that's going to be the primetime game of the weekend. Actually, not primetime, but 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time on CBS. That's a big game I'm looking forward to, as I'm sure you are as well. And then as far as big games go in 2015 in college football for the Big 12, this is a huge one. A lot of the experts, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, a lot of the experts, man, have Oklahoma ranked much higher than they do on the national rankings for the college football rankings. But Oklahoma, the number 12 team in the country, taking on the Baylor Bears, who are number 6. Seth Russell, just phenomenal for Baylor. 29 touchdown passes, 6 interceptions in this game for the season. And going against Oklahoma, who has had the tremendous season thus far. Baylor is actually favored in this game by 6. If not for that tragic loss to Texas, Oklahoma would definitely probably be in the top 3 or 4 teams in the country, but they had that loss to Texas that nobody in America can explain. So there you have the second biggest game. Once again, Baylor favored by 6 points in this game. So we will keep our eye on that. And also in the NFL, I guess the 2 biggest games, the Patriots on the road taking on the New York Giants. You know, the Giants still in a dogfight for the NFC East. Patriots just cruising along. They cheating asses. So that's one of the biggest matchups of the weekend. And also, not so much as last year, but the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Arizona Cardinals this weekend in Seattle, 4-4 against the 6-2 Cardinals. I talked about it last week on the Two Live Stews. By the way, tomorrow morning, the return of the Two Live Stews continues on 640 WGST, as well as iHeartRadio, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Talked about it last week. We talked about the remaining undefeated teams in the NFL and who we thought were for real and who was for fake. Even though Arizona is 6-2 in the season right now, they're for real. They are for real. So I fully expect them to go in Seattle and handle their business. As a matter of fact, Seattle, even though they're, have the worst record and they aren't the same Seattle Seahawks from last year or the last couple of years, they are still a 2.5-point favorite. I like Arizona in this game. If I were a betting man, if I were a gambling man, which I'm not anymore, I'm just not. I'm not. I would think that that Arizona is a good play on this. Arizona minus 2.5. Yeah, let me read a couple more of your chat messages before we get out of here. And thank you so much for joining me today on the Doug Stewart Show. From Loose Neck Side says, kids be having helmets, knee pads, shoulder pads, and iPhones with GPS. We rode bikes with a Ninja on the handlebars, and you better have your ass home by dinner. I think I actually read that one a little bit later. That was good enough where I could read it twice, though. From Vince Wright, he says, my grandpa bought me a skateboard for my first trip to California when I was 7. Problem, it was pink. Well, mostly pink. Shaking my damn head at grandpa. Yeah, that would have been bad. Yeah, the whole pink thing wasn't as accepted back in 1978 as it is now. From Kim Jane, I don't go out on Black Friday. I don't celebrate Thanksgiving like I used to once. I learned the true history of the holiday. You're talking about the Pilgrims, hornswoggling the Indians out of their damn turkey. From Fat Boy McCoon, I got a skateboard, fell and busted my head, sold that for a Super Nintendo. From Eugene S. Jackson, crazy those deals on Black Friday and another cause. I am shopping. 9-0 the Rhino. I had a 2x4 with wheels. Cornelia Small, the purpose of the boycott is to teach them to respect us and our spending power. But as long as the majority feels they got to get that item for the low, it will not work. It's real tough, man, and once again, I'm all for a darn movement. I am all for it. Trust me. I mean, you listen to this show. You listen to me for the last 15 years. You know I'm down for a movement. But it's hard to convince somebody not to go get a TV at 80% off the initial price if they can get it. It's just very hard. Loose Neck Side, ordering all my issue online. Amazon got all my loot. Chef Ivan the Great, stop that BS about Black Friday. Black is business means profit, and the red means losing money. Black don't refer to us in a derogatory manner. Somebody said that in the chat room. Uncle Mike, I need me the 60-inch at the best price possible. Thorny Switch Doug, I'm with you too. Why are we boycotting? Uncle Mike, I'm waiting to see when the Johnny Football story about him hitting his girl will get some attention. And it hadn't been getting any attention. Yeah, very strange. Very strange. From Buffalo Falcon, he still got 2 Atari systems in excellent condition. How the hell you got an Atari system in excellent condition when the damn joystick used to break after a month? Jam 2, stay conscious, my Stu family, economics. Spending is the primary reason black people are even recognized in this country. I hear you, brother. I hear you. Hey, man, thank you for tuning in to the Doug Stewart Show. You had a little bonus, Stu. If you're at your job, you're welcome. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. A lot of fun today, man. A lot of fun. We will do it again on Monday. Shouts out to the Tree of Life, the producer to the Doug Stewart Show. Thank you, Tree, for all that you do, even though your ass came on here hating today. Watch yourself, Tree. Watch yourself. Waterhead Walter, Dwayne Vassan, Gerald Oliveri, thank you guys for doing what you do. All of my Stewies, man, y'all be careful out there this weekend. Be careful, man, on them streets. Yeah. I'm going to chill this weekend. We're doing 2 live stews tomorrow morning. My daughter's got a Little League football game tomorrow, one of her last ones. They lose, they're out. That's the playoffs. I'm going to try to make my nephew's soccer match this weekend. Is it a soccer match or a soccer game? One of the two. So, I might even go out and get me a cocktail tonight, man. Not going to get slizzard like I did a couple of weeks ago, but I might go out and have me a drink. Yeah. So if you see a play on them streets, holla! Yes, sir. Hey, be careful this weekend. Once again, tune into the 2 Live Stews tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. on 640 WGST, as well as iHeartRadio. We'll do this show again Monday. Same Doug Stewart time, same Doug Stewart channel. All right? Peace.